How you late for that? Like he was the first one to say that when we talking about the Lakers, he didn't even want to be here for that. But remind him when we supposed to be talking about the Kings, which means he should have been the first one here for that. Instead, we can't even find this dude.
Hey, chat, let Big Ox know, man. Late to his own show. Late to talk about his own
dude. Give me a break, yo. I'm good.
Crazy.
I'm straight.
Mars, you gonna be late when we talk about the Warriors or the Rockets? My bad. I'm sorry.
I'll be there an hour early.
I'm sure. 100%.
Jalen, when we talk about the Raptors, you gonna be on time?
We gonna be here, noted, ready to go. Let them know that the Raptors.
Jalen is not a Raptors fan.
Hey, we got love for the Raptors. I just might be a bigger, like I said, when LeBron was playing the Raptors those years, man.
You rooted for LeBron against your own team.
Hey, man, it was a struggle. You know what I mean? You got LeBron doing this thing.
You celebrated LeBron's game winner. You celebrated LeBron's game winner.
I ain't saying I didn't. I'm not going to say I didn't celebrate it. I ain't going to say I did. But, Every time I was hitting those fadeaways, I remember a little, let's go. But, I was like, all right, come on, Raptors. Come,
That sounds like celebrating to me. That's exactly what that sounds like. That sounds like celebrating to me.
I was in the top spot, y'all.
And it's cool if that's what it is, right? It's cool if you digging it. You can celebrate somebody and be feeling them. There's a reason why they called it LeBronto.
That's what I'm saying. Like LeBronto
there's a reason why they called it LeBronto. So
hey, was Toronto like? Is it for sure notoriously? Because obviously I know like those years get put on a pedestal for what LeBron did there. But is that the team that he treated the worst?
Man,
by far, if we was to rank it, would Toronto be number 100%?
100%. LeBron, when he played Toronto, suddenly became an all-time. Suddenly became Kevin Durant in the mid-range. Was hitting threes. It wasn't real. Like it wasn't real. I've never seen him play better against any other team. Just haven't. He was doing things that he's not supposed to do. All of his weaknesses became strengths. I want to see what he shot from the free throw line. I want to see. If he shot something stupid, then we really know.
That could very well be it, yo. It could be a conspiracy.
Especially 2018. Y'all, Mars, I know you give me a favor. Did you see those fadeaways dude was hitting? He was throwing the ball 20, 30 feet in the air and it was going in the net. Like it was absurd.
Yeah, he's a pretty good basketball player.
Nah, but he wasn't doing that against other teams like that. He would not shoot the ball like that.
Hey, this is the Kings episode. I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll talk about the Kings.
That's what I'm down to do. Let's talk about the Sacramento Kings. That's what I want to talk about today.
There we go. That's what we're going to talk about.
Sacramento Kings. The thing about it is, we're going to talk about the Kings, but we can't quite talk about the Kings without the number one Kings jockstrap sniffer here. So we have to. We gotta wait for him to show up. If he ain't here, then we can't talk about him. Definitely got to wait for him to show up because he's he's the ultimate Kings fan. In fact, I was talking about I had a topic yesterday that I talked about the most delusional fans in sports, and I don't think Sacramento is a delusional fan base more than I feel like they're a tortured fan base, and it's because of their organization more than anything. It's not like they're a tortured fan base and they do it to themselves. It's the organization. It goes as far back as 1985 when they came to Sacramento, where the Sacramento Kings are drafting Joe Klein and they passing on Chris Mullin, they passing on Karl Malone, and they passing on Joe Dumars, right? To go further, they taking Tariq Evans and they passing on Giannis. They doing stuff like that. They drafting Boogie Cousins. In his tenure there, they got 5 different head coaches while he there. You want to talk about screwing somebody up? Give me a break. I wasn't too mad at the Tyreek pick though. It started out very good and
incredible rookie.
It started out good and it ended terribly. Passing on Luka for
Marvin Bagley.
That's a fireable offense, Mars.
Yes.
That's fireable. And understand why they passed on him. They passed on him because Vlade Divac has a problem with Luka's father. That's a personal issue.
That's crazy.
That's why he didn't pick him. That's a fireable offense.
I would have taken Luka number 1, but
and you got Boogie Cousins, and in I believe in the 2011 draft, I think they took Thomas Robinson. Yeah, I think they passed. I think it was the 2011. It was the 2011 draft. They took Thomas Robinson. They passed on Kawhi Leonard. I think in 2012 they passed on Dame. So
I think Thomas Robinson was 2012. I think
they passed on Dame. Yeah. And the year before that in 2011, because they took
Jimmy
Boogie.
Fredette. It was Jimmy Fredette 2011.
And they passed on Leonard for Jimmer Fredette. So
Jimmer had that height.
I mean,
like
we
Jimmer
do
had
this
all the height.
with the Sacramento Kings. This is who they are, right?
Hey, when's the last time we would say the Kings were good? 2003.
I was gonna say the Chris Webber era.
Not in my lifetime.
No, not in your lifetime.
Not in Mars' lifetime.
No, last year, I guess.
Oh well, before last year.
And they actually They actually did do something good where they traded Mitch Richmond for Chris Webber. You know, I think Webber was in year 4. Yeah, 4 when they got Webb. They traded Mitch Richmond for Chris Webber, and that worked out. That wasn't bad. That worked out. They went to the conference finals, but I mean they have a long history of doing goofy things, super goofy stuff. So I mean, I'm not one of these people that when I look at the Sacramento Kings, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at them at all.
In 2003, they didn't have a draft pick. They traded it away. I'm not sure who they traded it for. 2004, they got Kevin Martin at 26, which, I mean, that turned out to be a
good pick. That's a good pick.
Mm-hmm.
On to the next year, 2006, they drafted Francisco Garcia at 23.
Which, at that time, Ron, that wasn't bad because Francisco Garcia, he went to Louisville. I mean, they ended up, they was in the Final Four that year. They wasn't bad at all. They wasn't bad, but but don't stop there, Ron. How about the next year? What did they do the next year?
Quincy Doobie in the first round at the 19th pick.
And just so you know, Mars, that's the same year. 2 picks later, who did they pass on?
Hold on, let me see. Because that is something we got to highlight. Quincy Doobie at 19, Rajon Rondo at 21.
I think we're good, Rondo. We're going to stick with this dude right here. We'll pass on Rondo. We good on Rondo. Thank you, though. We appreciate you, brother.
PJ Tucker was drafted that year, too.
We
I didn't even know PJ Tucker was drafted.
Yeah, no, he seems like a guy who would have just been signed.
Yeah, I thought he went undrafted.
Yeah. I didn't either.
2007, and obviously the picks just keep getting better and better because they keep getting worse and worse. But in 2007, sorry, Ox, we didn't have to start this way, but you didn't show up, so now we gotta tell people how bad it really got for the Kings. It's actually doing them a favor. We're actually bigging the Kings up because we talked about how bad they were to talk about how good they became. But in 2007?
Mm-hmm.
Yep, 2007, they got Spencer Hawes at 10.
Mm-hmm.
Another rough,
nice, great pick.
We wasn't even sure he wanted to play basketball. Like he was one of those guys that had a motor issue. Like he could play, but he was one of those guys who was just big. That's all he was. He was just big for no reason.
I remember him on the Clippers. He was not very good.
Mm-mm.
So,
next year at number 12, they got Jason Thompson.
From Jerry, he went to the same high school I went to. Mm-hmm.
That makes it a good pick.
It seems like a lot of players that didn't last more than 4 or 5 years in the NBA.
No, they didn't. That was the problem. They did not. They did not, unfortunately. So
2009 at number 4, the Kings got Tariq Evans, passing up on Steph Curry, DeMar DeRozan.
Yep.
Drew Holiday.
You don't have to go no further. Who'd they pass up on the first one? Who was the first one they passed up on?
Stephen Curry.
Yes, sir. I think we good right there. You can start and stop the conversation right there. We good. We'll stick with this guy right here, Curry. You might be good. We ain't sure, but this dude right here, we definitely think he's going to be good.
I mean, he was rookie of the year, so I mean, it was starting off good. And then they started throwing him in every single position on the floor. Didn't use him as a point guard, started playing him at the 3, and then he started using drugs.
They didn't know what they were doing, Mars. They had no idea what they were doing. They were recycling coaches like water bottles. Every time, like I said, Boogie got 5 different coaches in his time there. 5 of them. Give me a break, man. How are we supposed to be productive when we got five different head coaches? We can't be.
Speaking of Boogie, I would say that this was probably their best pick out of that whole decade or 18-year drought. They got Boogie at 5. Yeah, that was just a good pick. I don't got to say who they passed up on after. Probably would have wanted to draft Paul George, but they got Boogie at 5.
Yep.
That's 2010. 2011, the Sacramento Kings had the 7th pick. Damn, Sac. They got Bismack Biyombo.
And who they passed on that year?
Kemba Walker.
And who else?
Klay Thompson.
And who else?
Kawhi.
Yeah, we good. Thanks, brother. We straight.
Hold on, it gets worse because they drafted Bismack, but they actually traded back, and they traded 3 picks. So they got Bismack at 7, but they traded 3 picks back with the Milwaukee Bucks. So they have the 10th pick. With that 10th pick, they got Jimmer Fredette.
Yep.
And with Jimmer Fredette, they passed up on Klay Thompson, Alex Burks, the Twins, Kawhi, Nikola Vucevic, and the list goes on.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Jimmy Butler.
now, don't get me wrong, Mars. At that time, Jimmer Fredette, it was mania.
Oh man,
it was man. He was leading the country in scoring. He was going to come to the NBA, and he was going to light the NBA up. And it wasn't a question of whether or not he was going to do it, right? He was going to light the NBA up, no question about it. And he comes to the league, and it's just the complete opposite of that. Mm-hmm.
Mars,
the Jimmer hype was crazy,
didn't you?
Yes.
Oh, you missed Linsanity?
I missed everything. I was still in the womb when Linsanity was happening.
That was a moment, man.
I gotta ask you guys, between Chill, Jalen, and Mars, you could chime in with this too. Chad, I want to hear from you guys. A start bench cut on which era was crazier? Linsanity, Jimmer Fredette when he was going absolutely bonkers at BYU, or Kemba Walker's run in the NCAA tournament? I think it's an easy start. The other ones are kind of a toss-up.
I think I'm gonna start Linsanity. Linsanity started because I've never seen it to this day. I've seen a lot of college runs. I've seen guys get hot in college. You know, going back to the 80s, 90s, like players in college get hot and they have runs. What Linsanity was, I mean, you never expected undrafted thing. You had kind of the racial component, him going to Harvard, being Asian American, come in. And then we had that thing with Kobe when they asked Kobe, "You're going to guard him?" He kind of laughed, and then Lin dropped 30 on him. It was just what Linsanity was doing was just absolutely incredible. Jeremy Lin, for like a 2-week stretch, not only in America, became the most famous athlete in the world. Forget just America, in the world.
Calm down.
I'm telling you.
Calm down.
The whole China thing. I'm telling you, man. Jeremy Lin in the world was the most. I'm telling you.
Calm down. Just calm down.
Messi fans were talking about Linsanity. Ronaldo fans were talking about
Linsanity.
Linsanity.
Just say he was the most popular athlete in America.
I'm just saying. So that was that. And then after that, I'll probably go. I'm gonna go Kemba's run. I'm gonna do Jimmer last. I'm gonna go Kemba's run second. What he did in the not only the NCAA tournament but his conference tournament too. He had a couple game winners to win him the conference title. And I'll go.
Straight days.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Jimmer Fredette in the 3rd spot there.
What you got, you?
Linsanity lit the country on fire. It wasn't even a question. He was must-see TV. And the fact that he was doing it in New York, I think that goes to the top of the list. So I'm going to start Linsanity. And between Jimmer Fredette and what Kemba Walker was doing, I mean, the way that they marched to the finals, he basically lit the NCAA tournament up and lit up the Big East tournament. He got big guys crossing them up, hitting game winners to win games in the Big East tournament. So I'm gonna start Linsanity. I'm gonna bench Kemba's run, and I'm gonna cut Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, guys, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to start Kemba.
It was fire. It was amazing. It was fire. It was.
Like Linsanity was insane, but when you put like all the implications on everything, you got to understand what Kemba did. They weren't even supposed to make the tournament. They had to win the Big East to get in there. Kemba beat they upset after upset after upset in the Big East tournament. Then they get in the big dance and they march down the whole big dance and end up winning it. I don't even think Kemba.
They weren't
probably would've
ranked.
had a lot
I
of
thought they were a
momentum.
top 25 team. They weren't
Oh.
ranked.
No.
Wow, come on! I thought they were ranked then.
So yeah, I would have to go with that strictly on the fact that they went on that's a 10-game winning streak, and they had to
end of the
win to
season,
move
yeah.
on.
Mm-hmm. At that point, yes. At that point,
that was crazy.
I do remember that.
Moving along, though, we're still on the Sacramento Kings in their draft woes. With the 5th pick in 2012.
This was a bad one.
At 5, they drafted Thomas Robinson.
That's the one they passed on Dame.
Yep, Dame came the very next pick.
There was a time period. That was that time when I think like Derek Williams got drafted high too in the similar era where they had these like undersized,
2011, yeah.
2011, yeah. So like undersized, kind of athletic fours who in the NBA were stuck between a 3 and a 4 and didn't really work out, but in college could still do their thing. It was a weird time. Definitely interesting.
Hold on. So who have we all passed on so far? Let's come up with a hypothetical team that the Kings could have. Seahawks, you could have been.
So since 85. So since 85, they passed on Chris Mullin, Karl Malone, Joe Dumas, Glenn Rice. Let's see, Kawhi Leonard, Damian Lillard. Oh my God! I think I'm gonna stop right there.
Clay.
Right there. They stopped. They passed on Clay.
You got to throw Clay in there.
They passed on Curry. They also, I believe it was the next year, the draft the draft you about to bring up in 13. They passed on Giannis. Yikes! Then they passed on Luka. So,
in their defense, guys like Giannis, they didn't know.
Yeah, a lot of
in their defense.
You know who did know, Mars? The Toronto Raptors knew.
Well, yeah, that's
we did know.
good on them.
The Toronto
Congratulations
Raptors
to them. They didn't know.
They were doing everything. Masai was doing everything he could to trade up in the draft because he was like, "That's my guy."
I'm gonna give them that out. They didn't know. Like passing on Steph at that time, there was still question marks about him. Okay, cool.
Yeah. Rubio was more
passing on Dame. I don't know what was going on. I don't know what.
That's the one Mars where you're like, this is unacceptable.
I don't understand Thomas Robinson over Dame, no matter how I think. It's not like Thomas Robinson was a freshman and Dame was a senior. Thomas Robinson was at Kansas for like 3 years as well. So like he didn't have the age advantage. Right. Dame was clearly better. So it's not like they
was he though, Mars? I mean, they went to the Final Four. Kansas went to the Final Four that year. He might have been the best big man in the tournament.
Thomas Robinson's not
Mars. I'm gonna tell you what it was, Mars. What I think it was. Part of it was Dame went to a small school, and this is back when the small school tax was real. If you didn't go to a Power 5 school, if your team wasn't in a dance or anything like that, teams aren't really giving you a pass like that. I'm actually surprised looking back on it that Dame even went that high because a lot of guys out of small schools, they weren't just going that high.
Steph went 7 out of Davidson.
He had a crazy run too in the NCAA tournament.
Don't leave that out either. I mean, they was in the Elite 8.
Yeah, he had a crazy run and then went back to school for another year. So I mean,
he had 2 crazy runs.
Yeah,
that's why
that's
why he had to go back to school though. Because
the year they went to the Elite 8. The year they went to the Elite 8. The year that they went to the Elite 8. That was the year he got drafted, Mons.
I'm pretty sure.
I thought he went back. Yeah, he went back.
I'm pretty sure he went back.
That was his sophomore year.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was a sophomore. Everyone thought he was going to play and he went back.
When they had that run, and when they lost to go to the final.
Yeah.
I thought that was the year he came out.
I'll look it up because I don't want to be giving misinformation.
I thought that was the year he came out.
I mean, Curry was like 120 pounds at that time. He was just so frail.
I thought he was like 145. But it was 2008. And he got drafted in 2009. He came out. He was in the same draft. He was in the same draft with James Harden and Russell Westbrook.
Hashim
Thabit.
Kevin Love.
Right.
Nowadays,
Kevin Love's away. Kevin Love's away.
A sophomore averaging 25, no matter where you're at. A sophomore averaging 25, leading your team to go 20-0 in your conference, making an Elite 8 run. It's no way. They beat Georgetown that year. Georgetown was heavily ranked. He had to come back because they just had questions about him being too small. him. Obviously 3-point shooting was what it was. So they had questions about you being a 3-point shooter and not being able to do the other things. They had questions about his toughness, all of that stuff. And on top of that, the biggest thing was the fact that you were at a small school. If you would have had Steph done that at Duke,
different story.
Question about it.
He would have been the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Steph was second in the nation in scoring as a freshman behind KD. I'm pretty sure. So like he was doing it from the jump, but it was Davidson. So I guess
nobody cared.
Yeah,
because I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was second in the nation.
I'm seeing this right now. He was. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't even know that.
So he was lighting it up right from the beginning.
Steph bid him.
Right, he was lighting it up right from the beginning.
And another thing too, though, in today's culture, like if Steph is second in the league in scoring or second in the nation in scoring as a freshman, he's immediately transferring. He's at Kentucky that very next year.
100%.
But back to the Kings woes. In 2013, at number 7, they drafted Ben McLemore.
The next Ray Allen.
I was gonna say he's a shooter. Supposed to be a shooter, I guess.
The very next pick, they could have got KCP. At 10, they could have got CJ McCollum. Who else did they pass up on? Obviously,
2013 wasn't a very good draft.
It was.
Rudy Gobert was in that draft, but he was at 27.
Yeah, they passed on Giannis and Rudy Gobert.
Damn, this draft was trash.
Yes.
It's one of the most mid drafts in recent history.
I don't think it was as bad as 2014.
Was it the year after? Did they draft Nick Stauskas?
2014 has Jokic and Embiid.
And
2014 does. 2 guys.
2 MVPs.
2 guys.
Wiggins, Aaron Gordon, 2 champions. Marcus.
Just so you know, Mars, that's the same draft that got Julius Randle too. I just want to put that on your mind.
I don't think he's trash. He's a top 10
You think he's garbage, Mars?
He's a top 10 pick.
On a regular, he's garbage. On a regular, you tell me that.
No, he's just not top.
Very good.
40. He's just not top 40, but there's 400 players in the league. He's still top 100.
I know y'all not talking about what I think you're talking about.
No, we was waiting.
We had to buy some time.
Oh my god! I know y'all not thinking what talking
I'm not
about.
gonna lie. I don't think a positive word has been said about the Kings in the first.
All those terrible drafts.
That's to be expected, Morris.
It's a crescendo, you know. We start with the lows, we build up to the highs.
I just know y'all not talking about what I think you're talking about.
Yeah,
what would you think we're talking about?
Yeah, what do you think we're talking about?
I just heard somebody say Nick Stauskas.
Yep.
The draft picks weren't pretty.
Oh, yeah.
Thomas
Robinson. God, yeah. Jimmy Fredette.
It started with us just being curious and seeing all the people that you guys did draft during that 10-year of playoff misses.
Which one's the lowest point for you as a Kings fan? Which one was like where you hit rock bottom?
Well, it definitely wasn't Tyreke Evans. I will say that. I've never been mad at the Tyreke pick. You know what I'm saying? I think that was still a good pick. I mean, obviously, you know, in hindsight, but still, I think that was I think of all of our fuck ups, that was the best one, honestly.
You had worse. You definitely had worse. You definitely had worse than
I would say
screwed some things up, but that one right there, terrible.
I mean, it's easy, Jimmer Fredette. Oh my god, I don't know, Morris. You got Jimmer, you got Nick Stauskas, you got Thomas Robinson. I mean, Hassan Whiteside,
Hassan
Jason
was
Thompson.
a second-round pick, though, wasn't he?
You guys drafted Isaiah Thomas and got rid of him as well, which is
Isaiah. But even I'm still not mad at Isaiah. Who else? Jason Thompson. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on. The list goes on and on and on. But I don't know. I think it might Nick Stauskas or Jimmer Fredette probably hurt me the worst.
Canadian Stauskas.
I think Thomas Robinson is the worst pick.
That was crazy. I don't
just because Dame was
was
right behind him. Like
that's why that's the worst pick.
The thing about it with
Dame
is
for that reason right there.
He was right down the street. Like Dame been nice since high school. Like a lot of people act like Dame just got good when he was at Weber State. Like Dame was nice in high school. We all knew who Damian Lillard was.
Marvin Bagley's another bad one. But yeah, for me, Thomas Robinson, just from an outsider's perspective.
Bagley was like number 1 rated out of high school too. Went to Duke.
Marvin let us down, Mars. Marvin was cold coming out.
I
of
remember me and you arguing.
For me, Marvin's just so bad.
Well, you said we should have got Wendell.
Still to this day, I would rather have Wendell Carter than Marvin. Well, hey, I'm
So
sorry.
none of you guys just respected Luka.
Hold on.
Luka
Because for me,
Draft on
Luka
Luka
was
when-
by far the best player in the class. Like he was,
when
like,
Luka
because
was
I was
coming
into
out.
basketball at this point. He was the number one pick by far.
Mhm.
I didn't care about DeAndre Ayton. I didn't care about Marvin Bagley. I didn't care about Jaren Jackson. Didn't care about Trae Young. Luka was the player. And for some reason,
was there international
he
hate going
didn't
on
go
during that
number one.
time? Yeah,
it had to, it had to be. Oh, he's not
Absolutely.
very athletic.
You got
Oh,
international impact for
overseas,
sure.
blah blah.
Yeah.
Like, there's no way
Well,
anyone was taking time to watch Luka and wasn't seeing the best player in the class.
Well, Mars, this is the thing though. So we had the second pick. I'm looking at all these players, and honestly, I thought Luka was going first. But either way, I was like, we can't miss on this draft. There was about 6-7 really good players.
You
in that
managed to
draft.
miss, and I think there was the one player that was going to be.
And my thing is, out of all the top 5 picks, we're the only ones. Like, even Phoenix and DeAndre Ayton went to the finals. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jaren Jackson, Defensive Player of the Year. with Trae Young,
Wendell Carter is a good player.
but like that was
Young
terrible.
been to the conference finals.
But that's what I'm saying. Though, Chitchat, like I would rather have us got Trae Young. Even though
Luka
when it
went
was
to the
going on,
finals.
I was holding on to the Marvin Bagley pick for about 2 seasons. I'm like, no, he was hurt.
got hope.
It
You
was 3.
held
It was
on to the Marvin Bagley pick until
till we
he
traded him.
was gone. Yes.
The only pick worse than Marvin Bagley is probably Mo Bamba. He might be the only one like of the high picks because he's been terrible as well. But
Yo,
those
and
two,
hold on. We're gonna get to that draft in a second. I'm gonna quickly run through these next few. So
Where are we at so far?
2014 with
Okay,
your
so we
boy.
passed 09, we passed
Yeah.
10 and 11. Okay, good.
We
good.
really
we're at
got
Nick
to go out of
Stauskas
here
right now.
terrible.
We're getting to Nick Stauskas.
Nick Stauskas at number 8. Actually, you could have waited like literally 2 minutes and we would have been past Nick Stauskas.
I wish they would have held me up a little longer.
Basically, you guys passed on Zach LaVine, Nurkic. Who else is a good one?
Passing on Zach LaVine is tough.
Yeah, Zach went 50.
We tried.
Yeah, I think Zach
to
LaVine was a bench player at UCLA. I think.
Yeah,
So,
but we tried to get him in free agency.
4 years too late, but sure.
Next year at number 6. What's the craziest thing is you guys went through poverty all of these years and only had one top 5 pick, and it was Thomas Robinson. Until you get to Marvin Bagley.
All right, bro. What are we doing right there?
They're stuck in that stage.
We're supposed to be talking about the Kings this year, bro. We can't live in the past.
Talk about the greatness of the Kings now, but we got to build up the story though. But like for real though, Bob. Like, did that ever worry you? Like watching the lottery, like, yo, how
did it ever worry me?
Yeah, like how are we not getting a top 2 pick, a top pick?
Well, I would like to say this: in this whole time of poverty that we went through, we only had the worst record in the league one time. On top of that, most of the time, we weren't even like a bottom 3 or 4 record. We were usually like a bottom 6, 7, 8, which isn't good. Which isn't good at all. I'm not trying to say it's good at all. I'm just saying, like, we never were smart enough to just like say fuck it, let's just tank all the way. We were just kind of like, we'll just compete. Like we're not trusting the process. Like, bro, we should have went all the way in. But
we know we're missing the playoff. Let's just win games at the end of the season to screw over a draft position.
Right. Why is it why are we trying to compete with the Warriors? It was that one season where we played I think we beat the Warriors once and then lost to them by I think we might have beat them twice and then lost to them like really close games. And I'm just like, bro, why are we trying to beat the Warriors? Like, we suck, bro.
Hey, competitive spirit, man. Competitive spirit.
2015 at number 6, y'all got Willie Cauley-Stein, inevitably passing up on Miles Turner and Devin Booker.
That was the year that Boogie Cousins tweeted because like the Kings drafted another big, right? Like he was just, I think that's when he gave up. I think
we fired Mike Malone.
Oh yeah, I do remember that as well. Went to Denver. Now he's a champion. Shout out to him.
When that happened, that's when Boogie was over it. And then we traded him for Buddy Hield.
3 coaches in 1 year in Sacramento. He had 3 different coaches in a year. I think he had Keith Smart, he had Ty Corbin, and George Karl in 1 year. He had 5 coaches in 5 years.
Or he ended that year.
Coach Smart started that year. George Karl ended the season. And him and Boogie didn't get
hated
along at
George
all.
Cole. Yeah, Boogie
They
hated George Cole.
They didn't get along at all. Those two dudes.
Everyone hates George Cole from what I know.
All George Cole had to do was just give Rajon the ball and sit his old ass down. Like Rajon,
George Cole is the original Doc Rivers for me. Now, if there was a Doc Rivers before Doc Rivers, it was George Cole.
Which is interesting because the Kings have a knack of passing on guys and then eventually getting them back. Because Ron, the next draft that they had, who did they end up?
We on it right now.
Who they end up drafting?
So they got Marquise Chris at number 8.
And they passed on who?
Buddy Hield went 2 picks in that draft, 2 picks ahead of him in that draft. So I'm not going to say that they passed up on him, but you had just previously mentioned him. He is in the mix right here too. But they get Marquise Chris at 8. And 3 picks later at number 11, lo and behold, Domantas Sabonis.
Who's right up the road, by the way. In the words of Big Ox, he's right up the road at Gonzaga. That ain't that far from Sacramento. He right there. But you pass on him.
Hey, they got him 7 years later, man.
I was saying they got him now, so it's like
I'm getting crazy vertigo right now. Like, for real, my head is shaking on my shoulders. My head is literally shaking on my shoulders, bro.
What are we doing?
2017, y'all got it right though. Which once again, y'all got the number 5 pick. Yo, it just blows me how y'all were not able to get into the top 3. But
Ron, you want me to tell you why? I didn't want to do this today. I didn't want to do this today.
Did you not think this was my God? Did you not think this was going to come up? We're talking about the Kings. We're talking about the Kings, man. Did you think this was not going to come up? Come on. Give it to us. What's the deal?
Well, do I gotta say it?
Yes.
Like how did the Cleveland Cavaliers got it how many times? And we can get it once. Come on. The proof is in the pudding. The NBA, the world hates Sacramento. The NBA hates Kings. They hate the Kings fans. They hate the Kings organizations. They hate the Maloofs to start. The Maloofs did it to us. They hate the Maloofs. This is revenge on the Maloofs. I'm done.
What did they do though, Big Ox? That was so bad. Because
they didn't like the playboy attitude, the carefree, like the have fun, not from Sacramento. How dare Sacramento enjoy themselves? You know what I'm saying? Like Mars. It was a terrible time, Mars. I'm trying to tell you, you had to be there. You had to be there to feel what I'm talking about, Mars. They hated us.
It was purgatory. It was purgatory for the Sacramento Kings at that time. For real. Nobody cared about them. They kind of just went after Chris Webber tore his knee up in 2003. It was kind of like they just went away and never to be seen again. They just fizzled away. And it was just over for them. Just like that, too.
I see none of y'all care to comment on that link I sent through the other day, but we'll just let it go. We'll let it go on Kobe Bryant talking about the fact that Tim Dunn, he definitely was betting on them games.
Hey, hold on right quick,
because I'm absolutely know what happened.
I'm absolutely gonna play that, so all the viewers can hear that. Let me go ahead and finish this list though. 2017, y'all struck gold. Y'all got De'Aaron Fox at number 5.
And you remember, Ron, I was mad.
Yeah,
you wasn't feeling De'Aaron Fox at number 5.
I wanted Malik.
You wanted Malik Monk.
I wanted Malik.
Hey, bro, you got
W Sacramento.
There you go. He's on the crew now.
Another guy y'all passed on and ended up getting. Hey, but right quick though, I want to know: did you guys get the steal of this draft? Now, it's hard to say this because, and I'm gonna run everything down, but Markelle Fultz went number 1 to Philly, Lonzo went number 2 to the Lakers, Jason Tatum went number 3.
Miami got the steal of that draft.
Miami. Okay, so you got De'Aaron Fox at 5.
Oh, Bam. Well, Bam.
Lauri Markkanen went 7 to the Bulls. Then you got drop down. Donovan Mitchell, 13 to the Jazz.
That wouldn't have worked for us.
Bam to the Heat.
I think we drafted as good as we could have in that draft.
And Jared Allen, 22 to the Nets. Who would you say got the steal of that draft?
Miami.
I agree with Chitchat. I think Bam, because you remember at Kentucky, I was really like De'Aaron. I was like, De'Aaron is really good. Bam ain't gonna be good in the NBA, and Malik's gonna be MVP in a couple years. So I had that one a little mixed up.
Yeah, he did say that.
Jalen Morris, who you think got the most value out of their pick that year?
Miami.
Yeah, I think based on draft position of the player, you definitely go with Miami.
You guys wouldn't say Jason Tatum?
He went number 3.
Right? Yeah, I mean,
well, I'm saying after all the swindling they had to do and all of that, you wouldn't say that they got the biggest steal of the draft?
He went 3.
Yeah,
but here's what I'm saying. This is
Right.
steal, though. Here's what I'm saying. This is steal because obviously, if it was a redraft, he would be a unanimous number 1.
Yeah.
Which is what Danny Ainge was selling at the time, by the way. That's how he ended up getting him at number 3.
Danny Ainge would have picked the number 1. If Danny Ainge had the first pick, he wanted Tatum all the way.
He was selling Markelle Fultz because he had the number 1 pick. So he's selling Markelle Fultz. Markelle Fultz is the guy. He's the guy that he's the best player in this draft. So, of course, everybody listening to Danny Ainge going, well, this guy Markelle Fultz might be really good. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. Would you like this draft pick? You can have it if you want it, even though Markelle Fultz is not my guy. You know, Jason Tatum is really my guy, but I'm not going to tell you guys that. You know, I got this number 1 pick, and I think this kid Fultz is going to be awesome. Yeah. Philly's like, hell yeah, we'll do that.
Stupid.
No.
Hey, Ron,
I still believe Markelle would have been the best player in that class if he didn't. Whatever happened.
Well, what did happen?
He's coming back.
I don't know. Whatever happened that made him unable to shoot, I think if that never happened, I think he could have been.
He had like a mental breakdown. That was 100%.
So Moss, he was on a crew the year before that in Washington. I think they won 10 games.
It wasn't a very good team.
It
was a little more than that. And keep in mind, he was playing with
the team wasn't very good.
Was he playing with Matisse that year? He was playing with Matisse.
But that was like freshman Matisse. Matisse wasn't playing a whole lot.
I think he was. He was starting for sure.
And his star skyrocketed.
I could be wrong, but I know Matisse went back the next year, and that's when he got like draft recognition.
He had 1 year of varsity basketball. He didn't make the varsity team until his senior. He was on the JV team.
He got good. He became good.
Right.
Talking about Matisse?
Immediately.
Yeah.
No.
Even Matisse
Markelle.
Matisse said he couldn't make a layup until 8th grade, so he was a late bloomer too. But Markelle, even if he came on late, what I saw from Markelle in college, because these are like the times where I enjoyed watching college basketball a lot more than I do now. So I was watching a lot of these guys. The scoring ability he had from all 3 levels, the craftiness, the shooting ability. He had defensive upside, like 6'4" with a 7-foot wingspan. There was potential for him to be the best player in the class. Now, we see what Jason Tatum's done. Arguably a top 5 player. For most people, definitely top 10. So it's hard to say, Markelle would be a top 10 player in the league right now. But I think it was there. I do think he had the pieces. And I still think...
Did Philly screw him up?
I don't know what happened. I genuinely... Some people are saying it was a motorcycle accident. Some people are saying it was mental. I don't know what happened.
What happens if he ends up in Boston instead of Philadelphia? How do they handle him?
You can't fix his head.
If it's a mental thing, I don't think there's anything you could do. I think it was just gonna happen. If it is like an actual physical injury that then led to the mental problems, then I think without that, I think Boston would have been perfect for him because I think they've needed a guard for a while. So Markelle would have been great for them. I know it would have been Markelle and Jaylen Brown, which is a bit, but I still think Markelle had all NBA potential, and I don't want to say he still does, but he definitely still could be an all-star in this league, in my opinion.
Hey, Ron, dude in the chat said that was the year we got De'Aaron. It was the same year we grabbed Vezinkov. I thought Vezinkov was the next year.
Let me see. If y'all got him, it was late. So y'all got De'Aaron at 5. Also, too, do want to point out, I think that pick for Donovan Mitchell at 13, that definitely has a horse in this race as well.
That's the second steal. I mean, I think it goes Bam then Donovan.
When it comes to steals, how much? Like, I don't know how to explain it. So, for example, talking about number 1 picks, I'm talking about the best number 1 picks ever. How much goes into it that if you're not doing it for the team that drafted you, how much value was that pick really worth? For example, Shaq in Orlando was only there for 4 years, but we know what Shaq became, and he was one of the best number 1 picks ever. But Orlando drafted him and only had him for 4 years. So is that a great pick for Orlando, or like, do you get what I'm getting at? Like Tim Duncan gave the team that drafted him 20 years. Yes. So like, obviously that's going to be better than you draft someone and you only have them for 4 years.
I think that was still a good pick from Orlando, though, Mars.
No, I agree. I'm talking about when you scale number 1 picks. Does the time that they were actually on the team play a part in how good they were as a pick? Like if you get the number 1 pick and you trade them after 2 years, but then they end up becoming the greatest player of all time, is that still one of the best number 1 picks of all time, even though the team that drafted him didn't get that value?
Well, Mars, if you hanging out with a chick for 3 years and then she go on to marry the king of England, that don't mean she was whack with you. She was dope with you, and it worked when you two were together. It just ran its course. So when you're looking at the Orlando Magic, it wasn't like he was okay with the Orlando Magic and he went to the Lakers and he just blew up. I mean, the Orlando Magic what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, they were a new franchise when they showed up, and I think they showed up in '89. So within 5 years, 6 years of them showing up, they're in the NBA Finals, and that's largely due to Shaq. They're a championship contender, and in them 4 years, they made the playoffs 3 of the 4 years that he was there. Made the All NBA team. Made the Orlando Magic relevant. So the fact that they drafted him and held on to him for as long as they could, I don't think that they knew what they were doing at that time, because we're talking about a young franchise, but when you draft somebody number 1 overall and you move on from them, depending on how long they with you, how you handle them means everything. Because if you on this crew, if they're on your crew and they're awesome, like Andrew Wiggins ends up getting traded to Minnesota, and he's there for what, 6-7 years or something like that, and he's averaging 20 a game, right? He's averaging 20 a game for his career. He goes to Golden State. He's playing in a different role. He's on a different unit, playing in a different role, and now they know how to use him. That doesn't mean he was terrible in Minnesota. I mean, he still was pretty good with them. So,
Mars,
I think you also got a factor. What Rock is cooking. Grill thing. Now, put your glasses back off.
Take your glasses off? It's crazy.
Yeah, when Skip Bayless said that he was racist, man.
Hey, Mars, you also got to factor in too, though, what you get for that pick. So Shaq is, I don't know who exactly Orlando traded Shaq for, but I do know
free agency.
Oh, damn.
They let him walk out the front door.
Lost.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how much value do you get from that number 1 pick just with 4 years?
Yeah, to Mars's point, I would just separate.
Like, yeah, they got a finals appearance. I'm not dying how good Shaq was, but
yeah.
Like when you talk about number 1 picks, like most of it was on the Lakers and they didn't draft him. So is that a great number 1 pick? Like Chris Webber got drafted by Golden State and was gone a year later. Great player, great number 1 pick, but Golden State, it's not a great pick for them.
He's a great number 1 pick overall. But if you just look at it as, is he a great first overall pick for Orlando, then there's more of a discussion of where that ranks. But I would just separate the two in terms of value to the team versus value of his overall career, regardless of his team as a number 1 pick.
Well, but like Donovan Mitchell, for instance, though, I would say that was still an amazing pick for the Utah Jazz. Actually, I would say that turned their franchise around. Utah Jazz, they draft Donovan Mitchell. Obviously, him and Rudy Gobert, they team up. They do what they do. They end up going to a couple conference finals. They make some deep playoff runs. Number 1 seed in the West. Then they trade him. Obviously, they're supposed to be tanking. Last year, though, who they traded him for, they actually overexceeded last year in a year where they were supposed to be, a terrible team. But now they have all of these assets stockpiled going into the future. So I would still say that pick was very valuable because they got a couple good years of winning, but now they got a bunch of assets going into the future. Lauri Markkanen, what's his name? Colin Sexton, and Walker Kessler. They got all of these guys going into the future. So I would still say that was a valuable pick. As for Shaq, when's the last time that the Magic went to the championship?
09.
Dwight.
09. Dwight Howard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're cooked. But we get your point. We get your point.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
No Shaq.
You're cooked.
Hey, but no Shaq, no championship run. 4 years in
100%.
So I don't know. It might be a good trade-off.
How many number 1 overall picks have stayed with their crew for an extended period of time? Like if you think about Charlotte when they got Larry Johnson, he was there 5 years. Let's see, Chris Webber, he was only there a year, right? He was only there.
Yeah,
right. Tim Duncan was.
Patrick Ewing. He survived.
Ewing was in New York. He stayed there for 16 years. Ewing was in.
Does LeBron count?
Yeah.
Yes.
He did 7, 8. How many he did?
He did
11 overall.
He did 7 and came back for another 4.
Yeah. So he did 11 overall.
That's great.
Yeah, I'm gonna do
King's another
7.
one.
Olajuwon.
We know it was great.
Right.
We'll do 7.
Um,
Surprisingly, he'll do 7. He's already done what, 5?
Who's done 5?
Zion.
This is year 5 that we're going into now. With him.
He's done about a year and a half. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
He's done about a year.
that is true. He done about, but
He's done about a year and a half.
He don't slick 5 in, but did a year and a half. He don't got paid for about 6, but he I think he'll end up doing 7. I don't think they'll move off him. I think he's in his right mind now. He'll end up doing 7 or 8. Then it'll end up being something with him in Ingram.
In today's day and age, if you can get 8 to 10 years, I think
I think
that's a good
Cat's
thing.
going into year 8 or 9. I think.
He showed up. Cat showed up in 15.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Cat was number 1.
Yep.
Cat was
2015.
number 1 overall pick.
Over
I
Julian
forgot.
Lopez.
D'Lo, Jaleel Okafor, Kristaps, Mario Hezonja.
Oh yeah, he might do 8. This might be his last year though in Minnesota.
Yeah, that's the question I want to ask. I want to see how long do you guys see Cat sticking around in Minnesota?
That contract is hard to move.
I think
Not with him though, Mars.
How they play this year. If they have a really good season this year, and they, let's say they make the playoffs or make some strides, they might keep
I
that
don't see them doing that.
Cat together.
I don't see him doing that.
Yeah, I don't
They're
see that either.
the team that's going to be out again. I mean, if you think the West is crazy, bro. Like if you think about it, you got the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Lakers, you got the Clippers, the Nuggets, the Lakers, the Warriors,
the
Suns,
Memphis,
Phoenix,
Phoenix Suns,
the Kings,
New Orleans.
That's 6, New Orleans, and then who else? Chill. That's 8 right there. Chill Town.
That's tough. That's tough.
Bro, they're gonna be in the play-in again. The Mavs. Then you got the
Dallas.
trying to hop in. OKC Thunder. I don't see them being better than OKC, bro. I don't see them getting in. I
We
think
might
they're gonna
have
be
to
out.
get to the fact that the Kings might not make the playoffs this year.
Mars.
That segue into the conference.
Last
We
year was
might
the
have
Last
the
year was
West
the-
is tough. The West is
Mars.
tough. Someone has to miss out.
Mars, you lunching, bro.
It's a Kings episode. What do you want me to do? The team might miss out.
You
It might
crazy,
be the
bro. You
Kings.
lunching.
Yo, before we get there, hold on right quick. Let me get through the last of these drafts. Hey, Bob, we're almost at the end of the road.
Can we stop, please, Rob?
2018 at number 2. This was probably you guys' last bad pick. You got Marvin Bagley at number 2, and obviously you passed up on Luka at 3, Jaren Jackson Jr. at 4, Trae Young at 5. We can skip 6. Wendell Carter at 7. Colin Sexton at 8. Mikal Bridges at 10. Shea at 11. Michael Porter Jr. at 14.
None of that shit moves me.
That's the year that the Clippers had back to back and took like Jerome Robinson, right? After Shea. Or,
Yeah.
no comment.
But
D-Rock
Mars, what in the devil would possess you to say some shit like that, Mars? We not gonna make the playoffs.
I said they might.
Y'all might be fluky dookie. That's what y'all might be.
Definitely ain't no fluke.
Ticket just listed off a bunch of teams. It's not crazy.
And none of them teams moving me.
Y'all can't get off to a bad start like y'all did last season. Y'all can't
it wasn't
do that.
that bad. It was just the first 5-6 games. But look,
no, that was like 10 games, right?
All I'm saying is it's not impossible that you guys missed the playoffs.
Well,
I'm giving it more than like a 1% chance. I'm at like 15% that you guys don't make it.
No,
so
Mars, you might be right.
And I'll be honest, I'm at like 35% that you guys are in the play.
Phoenix, you got the Clippers, you got the Warriors, you got the
Lakers.
Hold on.
Chill. When you say Phoenix the first time, chill. That's those teams.
I'll run it down again.
Let's talk about the teams that are already better than. Let's talk about the teams that are automatically better. Chill. That's than Sacramento. So you saying Memphis? You saying
are automatically better than us?
Automatically, the Lakers better than us. In the Western Conference, I'm just going to give you two teams.
In the West, it's Phoenix, and that's where the love stops.
No, the Lakers better than y'all.
You don't think Denver's
better than y'all too. The Lakers better than y'all. Denver better than y'all too.
I'll accept Denver.
And the Warriors better than y'all too.
Lakers?
And Memphis getting their guys back. Chill time. Remember, Memphis is getting all their guys back now. Adams coming back.
I sure hope y'all stretch this morning, all the reaching y'all doing. Somebody gonna pull the damn
the West is stacked. It's not like the West is stacked.
It's a tough conference.
In all fairness, let's do this, Bob.
We are easily a top 4 team in the West, bro. What are you talking
about? I'm gonna list off these teams, and you gotta let me know if there's a good chance that this team can't have a better regular season than you. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Denver,
Yes.
the Warriors.
No, not this year. They're
So
done.
it's not a chance that they can have a better.
I mean,
record.
if you say if there's like a chance, I mean,
Give
mathematically,
a
I gotta say
percentage to
yes.
the Warriors
but
having
like,
a better season.
no,
What's the chance?
no,
I just want to say, I want to
because Ron, the thing about us,
60% chance that they can have.
the thing about us, Ron, is we're gonna be one of the 4 teams in the West that are actually playing for that 1 seed. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's gonna be us, OKC, Denver. Well, I'm not saying OKC is gonna be that, but they're gonna compete. OKC wants to compete. I don't think they're trying to tank anymore. They're not trying to tank anymore. I'm talking about who's actually trying and thinks they can get like a top 3 seed. I think OKC, they've seen enough. They got enough talent to where they're like, no, let's compete right now. Let's try. So I'm gonna put them on the list of a team that's actually trying to get there. Like the Lakers, the Clippers, the Warriors. None of those teams are gonna be playing 82 games. You know what I'm saying? Like we're gonna play 82 games.
Bob, I gotta say something to you though, Bob. Think about this. This year, now let's say everybody's getting their guys back. So Chill named Phoenix. I forgot all about Phoenix. So everybody's getting their guys back. Most of the teams that was hurt last year come back healthy. If you think about it, for you guys to win, hold on. Yesterday, hold on. I'm just saying they're gonna start out the season at least. Well, that's what I'm saying.
At least tell me who was hurt first.
You say y'all gonna be a top 4 seed. To be a top 4 seed in the West, Chill, you got to have like what 50 wins, right? At least 50 wins to be a top 4 team.
No, we had 48 last year. We was a 3 seed. So.
Oh, okay, but that's last year. I think this year is gonna be a little bit different, meaning that it's a power shift over in the West. I'm gonna say this. That means that you guys got to win the season series against the Lakers, against the Nuggets, against the Suns, against Memphis. Against y'all got to win the season series against OKC, which is going to be a hard matchup for y'all.
What did I miss?
No. Ticket. You don't even have to do all of that. Ticket. Let's just stay in the Pacific Division with the Lakers, with the Warriors. Let's just stay with the Warriors. Y'all got to win the season series against the Lakers and the Clippers.
No.
Let's just stay in that division alone. We don't even got to go to Denver. We ain't got to go to Oklahoma City. We got to do all of that. Just stay in that division.
What did I miss?
But hold on, but Bob, you said y'all gonna be top 4. Tell me real quick.
Don't move past it.
I'm not. You said y'all gonna be top 4, right?
We can't build the house without getting the foundation right.
That's what he said.
I'm saying, but you said y'all gonna be top 4 in the West, right?
Listen, we got time to talk. We can't just skip past everything.
I know we ain't skipping. I'm saying you said
no.
That's my point.
Let's talk because you said something, and I need you to go back and clarify exactly what y'all talking about. What did I miss?
You didn't miss anyway. This conversation started. Hold on. This conversation started with Mars saying that there's a chance that the Sacramento Kings could miss the playoffs.
Y'all can't even answer the question. Y'all don't know.
Okay,
you say both you niggas up here just talking.
Okay, I'm answering the question. Hold on.
My point to Bob was this, Chill.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
Chill. My point to Bob was this. He said they're going to be a top 4 seed in the West. That means in order to get the 48 to 52 wins that's going to require, they got to win this. They got to win these season series. They can't lose the season series to these teams in the West because you got to play them 4 times. You got to play the Lakers 4 times. You got to play the Warriors 4 times.
Lose these series?
I'm saying those are not easy season series when you think about it, bro. Like if you think about it,
for y'all.
No, I'm saying no. I'm saying for any team.
This shit look heavy to y'all. This shit ain't nothing to us.
So just in the
it ain't 2015 no
y'all,
more. Y'all gotta stop living in the
season series against the Lakers.
We run
y'all
this
winning the
shit
season
now.
series against the Lakers.
Yes.
Y'all winning the season series. Y'all winning the season series against the Warriors.
Before y'all get to calling me a hater, I don't think the Lakers are weak. I think they're far from weak. What I'm trying to explain to y'all is that the Lakers are not going to be playing for a 1 seed.
No, I'm saying to you. I'm saying, are you saying
the Lakers aren't going to be playing for a 1 seed? Why are the Lakers not going to be playing for a 1 seed, but they're better than you, but you're going to be playing for a 1 seed? Why is that?
Sometimes you can't you say like that makes sense. That didn't make sense.
What do you mean? How does it make sense? Y'all in the same division. The Lakers ain't playing for a 1 seed, but you are, but they're better than you.
LeBron
Yeah,
is
the star
not going to
players are
play.
younger.
He's going to play like 60 games. Anthony Davis is going to play like 60 games. We hyping it. We hype
They did,
Austin
Bob,
Reeves
but
like he's an
respectfully,
all-star
Bob,
and he's going to stop doing that
with all
shit.
due
And
respect,
then what?
Bob, with all
Gabe
due
Vincent,
respect,
come on. Matter of
Bob,
fact, the Lakers
Bob,
ain't even all that. I'm giving him way
Bob, with
too
all
much
due
credit
respect,
because
Bob, they did that. This defeats your.
I am letting y'all force me to give the Lakers way
No,
too
no, no.
much
I'm
credit
saying,
than
but
they deserve.
with all due respect, this
All
defeats
that
your
shit
logic.
ain't moving me.
You said they played.
And then
Hold on. You said they played.
on top of that ticket, I need you to cut it out. The way
No,
you
no, no,
was
no. I'm saying, no.
the way you was hyping Jordan Poole, the way you was hyping Jordan Poole.
This is what I'm saying, homie. Hold on, homie. This is what I'm saying. Hold on, homie. Listen what I'm saying to you. Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna listen because when
Just no, I'm saying, just hear me out 1 second, Bob. Just hear me out 1 second.
I can't because y'all
Bob,
went too far.
You're not understanding where I'm coming from. I'm saying this to you.
What they gonna do? What they gonna do?
You just said that the Lakers. Hold on.
What are they gonna do this year when Steph Curry goes out? They don't got their savior.
Hold on, I'm about to tell you. Hold on, let me
You
get this.
said that was their
savior. Hold on, but let me adjust. Hold on, bro. Let me answer your question. This is what I'm thinking, right? And it was, first of all, I want to go back to what you said about the Lakers because I disagree. You said that the Lakers are not going to be going for a 1 seed or winning as many games, but
they physically
hold on. The facts. Hold on. The facts was here's the facts. When they changed the roster at the trade deadline, they had the best record in the league to end the season, and LeBron James only played half of those games because he was hurt with the foot injury. He was out. So that was without. So your logic that LeBron James going to be out, they ain't going to be winning games, he getting older, that's defeated right there because in the second half of the season, when LeBron had the foot injury after he broke the scoring record, he sat out and the Lakers were still winning games with that new roster. So that defeats that logic. So if you put them together for a full season, they're obviously going to win more games than what they won last year, even with the missed games and this, that, and the third, plug and play. And
why is it not obvious, Big Ox? Why is it not obvious?
Because
I won 5 more games than they did last year.
That's just not how life works.
And this is the crew. This is
not
five more games than they did last year. They were the hottest team going into the playoffs, and they didn't get a training camp. Not only did they not get a training camp,
how life works, bro.
They didn't. And Chitchat, they didn't get going until after the trade deadline.
That's how the game works. Okay, so by that logic, how come the Suns didn't go back to the finals after they got beat by Milwaukee the next year? If that's the case, how come every team doesn't
because you had guys out. I think got hurt to start the season, so they had guys out on that team. So I mean that's why they had major guys out. What I'm saying to you about the Lakers is, bro, is that, and you know I ain't no LeBron fan, but I gotta tell the truth. They started out the season horrendous. So at the trade deadline, you got to think about this. They had the best record in the league at the trade deadline, and LeBron missed half of those games to end the season. He was out with the foot injury. So you saying, I'm just attacking your point when you said, oh, well, LeBron's only going to play this amount of games. Well, it didn't matter with the roster that the Lakers created around him because they've shown you that with the new roster, they can win games without LeBron or AD in the roster. So meaning if AD misses games, LeBron can win games. Hold on. These are facts. Hold on. I'm not making this up, Bob. I'm giving you facts. I'm giving you factual information. This ain't me fanboying or nothing. This is facts.
I said, okay.
I saw it last year.
I can see that.
So hold on. So this is what I'm saying. Hold on. This is what I'm saying to you. And here's the point where you have to answer this question. If De'Aaron Fox or one of those guys go down, can y'all continue to win games without one of your main guys? Hell no. It's over with. Season's over with. If De'Aaron Fox gets hurt,
let's move up the Lakers because that division might be the toughest division in basketball.
It's 100% the toughest division in basketball. It's 100%
the Warriors.
The toughest. 100%.
With the Warriors. So in your estimation, y'all playing for a number 1 seed. I don't think y'all better than the Lakers. You already told me y'all ain't better than Phoenix because you think Phoenix winning it. You think Phoenix is going to the NBA Finals.
Memphis gonna win more games.
You think Phoenix is going to the NBA Finals.
John Morant's out for 25 games.
Don't matter. They got pickups. They went and got Marcus Smart. They went and got Marcus Smart, and they went and got D Rose, who will give you minimum minutes off the
D Rose.
I thought D-Rose not moving me.
Hey, Ron, I'll leave this motherfucker
2023, D-Rose not moving.
D-Rose?
As a vet. That's all he is. D-Rose is a vet. He's not really giving you anything else on the floor.
He's gonna get 10 to 12 points.
Don't piss me off today.
You already think that Phoenix is better. I think that the Lakers are better. The Clippers are in that division. The Warriors already served y'all in the playoffs last year, and they got their whole crew coming back.
Mavs gonna be better, chill.
So Dallas is gonna be better, right?
OKC gonna be better.
I ain't even get into the other divisions ticket. I'm just sticking with the Pacific Division and the Pacific Division only. What is it? What is it? What is it going to take in that division? Because 48 wins, like you said. And by the way, Big Ox, y'all snuck up on a lot of people last year. Y'all ain't sneaking up on nobody this year. Everybody know who you guys are.
I can't wait for October. I can't wait for October.
Everybody know who you guys are. Everybody knows who Darian. Everybody knows who De'Aaron Fox is. We know who Sabonis is. We know who Keegan Murray is. They know who you guys are. So y'all ain't sneaking up on nobody. And we all have seen, in the words of my man Ticket, we've seen Bullethead in the playoffs. We've seen him do some suspect coaching. We've seen him do suspect coaching in the playoffs. We've also seen it in the regular season. So with that being said, just in your division alone, that 48 wins, I'm not sure that that's going to be that this season because you ain't sneaking up on nobody. Just to start.
Dude, then we ain't even talk about the Pelicans getting Zion back this year and Brandon Ingram, Zion and Shape and Ingram. They was number one in the West when they was clicking last year before he got hurt. So you got to hold on. You got to remember that. Then we talking about. Like I said, the Memphis Grizzlies. They always gonna be top. Hold on, they always gonna be one of the top teams in the West during the regular season because they win a lot of games anyways. They're gonna have their guys back. So and then when Ja comes back, that's even gonna. They've shown you they can win games without Ja. So that you saying Ja gonna miss 25 games? What do that mean that they got Marcus Smart and they can win games without Ja?
Tyus Jones is gone. Tyus Jones, Dylan Brooks are gone.
They got Marcus Smart, dog. They got Marcus Smart.
And Dylan Brooks are gone.
They got Marcus Smart. That's a plus. Hold on.
That's not a plus. Stop lying, bro.
That's a plus.
I'm tired of that shit, y'all. See, this the thing. Dylan Brooks poked your goat, and now all of a sudden y'all act like he's just a negative. I need y'all to cut that shit out, man.
I don't rock. Hold on. I don't rock with Dylan. I don't rock with Dylan. And then for y'all,
I'm just giving y'all straight logic. It's straight logic. Like Anthony Davis is not gonna play a whole lot of games. LeBron James is not gonna play a whole lot of games. When the King and y'all talk about can y'all beat this team when they have LeBron without AD or with AD without AD? We beat their ass. I know it's regular season. Yeah, Bron thought it was sweet trying to come up to the Golden One Center without his boy AD and got his ass beat the fuck down.
Ron, so y'all it's the same dude that was blazing. It's the same dude that was blazing Chet. It's the same dude that was blazing Chet.
Was gonna be this good. If I knew that the Kings was gonna be this good, everybody else did. Y'all just didn't know.
You were blazing Chet, right? You the same dude that was blazing Chet. Now they added Chet to OKC, right? So they gonna be better than y'all.
Stay focused, Tiki. The front offices in all these NBA teams, they knew the same shit I knew. Y'all, just because y'all didn't know, because y'all stuck in the past, love hating on Sacramento. Everybody, we ain't sneak up on nobody. We ain't sneak up on nobody.
But y'all lost in the 7-game series.
So everybody but Denver got beat. So what the fuck are you saying?
No, I'm saying, but y'all got beat early. Y'all went home in the first round.
Everybody but Denver got beat. So tell me what you're saying.
No, I'm saying, but y'all went home before.
No, tell me what you're saying. Everybody but Denver got beat. So what are you saying?
But y'all got beat in the first round. We saying that they better than y'all.
Yeah,
we saying that they better than y'all.
We'll see.
Yo,
y'all talking about, we know about De'Aaron Fox. When De'Aaron Fox come down that lane like Crash Bandicoot, what are y'all gonna do about it? Not shit. And y'all can't do nothing about it.
Okay.
He gonna be having
depending on Keegan Murray.
Yeah. Chilltown, Jalen, Tiki. Y'all favorite team, the Lakers are gonna be getting their ass beat the fuck.
You depending on. I like the Bucks, but you depending on Keegan Murray.
I know about that.
You're depending on Keegan Murray. This fool depending on Keegan Murray to step up, Ron. He depending on Keegan Murray to step up this year.
So y'all got beat in the first round too.
I see what Ox is saying. Hold on, I see what Ox is saying that Sacramento being a younger team, let's say versus the Lakers. Yes, I think those guys they'll miss less games. Fox and Sabonis are probably going to play more games.
Man, get out of here, man. That ain't no excuse.
I know it's not no excuse. No, but what I'm saying, I'll say to you that
y'all hyping Chris Paul.
I'll say. I get it. The Keegan Murray is going to take another jump this year. I think he'll get a little better. So we got to give him that, right? I still think they have a good bench with Davion Mitchell.
Hold on. What do that mean when what you call taking a step back? Hold on. What do that mean when your other starter's taking a step back? The nigga who missed all the threes for the Warriors in the finals.
Harrison Barnes.
We got some for that. You know who the boy is. You know who Sasha is.
Keegan Murray jumped.
You know who Sasha is. Don't act like you don't know who that boy is. He coming for all that shit. Y'all know who Trey Lyles is. Don't act like you don't we don't got something for all that. You don't know Trey Lyles? Don't play.
I got y'all winning around 40. I got y'all winning around 40, 41, 42 games.
Put your money where your mouth is.
Let's put it. Hold on, Ron. Hey, hold on. Let's put it. Let's put it.
Put some jack on it.
You ducked this shit a couple.
I heard you got $3, so you want to bet that?
You tried to talk around it.
I heard you got $3, so you want to bet that?
I'm gonna tell you, because you tried to talk around it a couple episodes ago. I don't think I'm
not talking about. Let's bet right now. How much you want to bet?
Don't think I'm gonna let that shit slide.
How much you want to bet?
I told you. I guarantee we win more games than the Lakers.
How much do you want to bet?
You didn't want to make that bet.
Hold on, you said guarantee.
I tried to bet you that.
You said guarantee I win more games than who?
I tried. Hey, we can sit together. We can't talk together.
You said the Lakers. Okay, spend that money right now. Hey, hold on.
I tried to tell you that we was going. I'm gonna tell you. I tried to tell you that we was gonna win more games than the Lakers. You ducked me.
I didn't duck you. I'm saying how much money you bet? How much money do you want to bet?
You tucked your tail and ran for the hills.
How much money you want to bet?
I said I guarantee Austin Reeves.
How much money you want to bet?
You tucked your tail and ran for the hills.
Oh, hey, that's another bet. Hey, hold on, Bob. Brother. Since you talking all this, since you talking all this hot boy shit, I got another bet with you too. I guarantee. I bet you that Austin Reeves is way better than Keegan Murray this year.
How we going to decide?
That's subjective. How you know it's better? That's subjective. Yeah, you can't really bet that.
See, you running.
What you mean? No. The way Bob talking, Bob is saying that we overblowing Austin Reeves, and he over here praising Keegan Murray. So if you believe in that nigga like that, tell him put his money where his mouth is.
I mean, are you gonna bet who's gonna average more points, or who's better subjective?
No, who has a better season? It's easy to tell who had a better season.
It's tough to quantify.
Just bet me that we win more games than the Lakers.
Okay, we need how much you want to bet? How much you want to bet? How much you want? And I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you come on here saying nothing about fire bullet head Mike Brown when y'all get off to like a 10 and 20 and 21 start. I don't want to hear none of that.
I want to be ready to fire him for the season, only for the playoffs.
You said how much?
I want to take the Lakers for $200 if you want to.
I want that Lakers bet because this nigga delusional.
Not you, Jalen. I want to spend his money.
I'm talking about you. I don't see no path.
I want your money, Jalen. I don't
see no path that y'all get better in the West, Bob. This ain't me hating. Ron, this ain't me hating, Ron. Ron, this ain't me hating, but this is the same nigga that was glazing Chet. He was glazing how great Chet is, right? So if Chet's that great and you add him to OKC, that makes OKC even more of a matchup problem for a team like Sacramento. OKC, that's a bad matchup for y'all. Then you look at New Orleans and Pelicans. They're a horrible matchup for y'all with Zion with that big soft punk ass center y'all got in the middle getting his chest stomped on. That's a horrible matchup for y'all.
It's only two teams in the West we worried about.
I ain't finished what you get though. Then you talking about the Mavs. I don't even know if y'all really want to see the Mavs in the 7-game series.
My headphones off about the Mavs, but I'm not listening to no shit about the Mavs.
Okay, like I said. Okay, so
don't disrespect me like that, bro.
Okay, the Mavs in the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago. Y'all ain't did shit. So back to it. So like I said,
today, stop living in the past.
I'm talking about right now.
It's 2023, bro. Wake up.
I'm talking about. Hey, we can put that on there too. I bet you the Mavs have a better season than y'all too. You want to bet that too?
So you want Mavs? No, the Lakers. I want
Mavs and the Lakers. I want to spend Laker money.
I want to spend Laker money.
I got money. Luka don't lose like that 2 years ago.
I want to spend Laker money.
Yeah, okay, well, let's get it there. So, like I said, Ron, if you look at the Western Conference,
I want to spend money from you and your GOAT,
Ron,
LeBron James.
The only team I can legitimately think right now that Sacramento can be better than is teams like the T-Wolves, teams like the T-Wolves. They'll be better than the T-Wolves. They'll be better than the T-Wolves, Ron. They'll be better than Portland. They'll be better than teams like that. They'll be better than the goddamn.
Bob, I'm not gonna lie though. You guys really do got the craziest scale in the league in terms of how good you can be or how bad you could be. Because I'm not gonna lie, I could really see the T-Wolves having a better season than you guys. I could see OKC or I won't be surprised. I got the Kings having a good season, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Timberwolves had a better season. The Thunder had a better season. The Grizzlies, the Pelicans.
The Grizzlies. That shit pisses me.
The Mavericks.
Stop saying
I
that
wouldn't say the Mavericks, but I wouldn't be surprised.
I need you to stop saying that goofy shit about the Grizzlies.
The Grizzlies have been a good regular season team for the past 4 years.
They're not even the same team. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all always this shit the year before.
As long as they got Ja Morant,
they don't have Ja Morant.
As long as they got Ja Morant, Desmond Bane, Jaren Jackson.
Brandon Clark's hurt.
Steven Adams
just coming back from injury. Come on, bro. Y'all reaching.
Did
y'all do something? Hey, Ron, did you do your yoga? At least tell me that y'all did your yoga this morning. Somebody's gonna pull a muscle trying to do all this reaching just to disrespect the Sacramento Kings. We didn't do nothing to y'all to earn this type of disrespect.
Not crazy to
But
say.
I think it's more.
We
did nothing to y'all to deserve this type of disrespect.
First 10 games,
I'm trying to figure out. I'm flabbergasted. I'm flabbergasted. What happened? So what did Sacramento do to y'all for this type of disrespect to where y'all just can't see through the fog?
Wow.
Other teams got better while Sacramento didn't.
Yes, the other teams got better, Bob. It's not that y'all ain't good. Other teams got better,
that's
bro.
what I'm saying. I keep asking y'all. Who? Please tell me who. Besides Phoenix, who got better?
The Lakers have a 10-man rotation. They literally have a 10-man rotation. The Lakers.
Lakers? OKC.
Jalen, please don't talk to me about the Lakers.
Hold on, Jalen. If the Clippers are healthy, they're better than them niggas. If they healthy.
If the Clippers are healthy, if Kawhi Leonard and Paul George stay healthy,
we
sold
them niggas that last year too. We sold them niggas that last year too.
So hold on, Ticket. So the defending NBA champs, they just coming back as the same crew that they was last year. That's what I'm understanding.
So Denver, you can make a case that
the defending NBA champs, they coming back as the same crew that they was last year, huh?
Yeah, so they're still better.
Yeah, they are. And I gave y'all Denver already. I gave y'all Denver.
So Denver, you think Phoenix is the class of the West, Big Ox?
You think
Phoenix? Denver and Phoenix, yes.
Right. You think Phoenix is the class of the West, right? So Denver, Phoenix, the Lakers was hot at the end of the season, and they coming back with an actual training camp. Cat missed 54 games last year. 54. Anthony Edwards is going to be better this year. It's already proven. We've seen him in the FIBA World Cup. He's a better player coming into this season. So they're going to be better, I think, with him and with if Cat can stay healthy this season. They're going to be better, right? Oklahoma's, and again, I ain't even talking about the rest of the teams. I'm just talking about in your division alone, just in the Pacific Division alone.
Right.
The Warriors, the Clippers, the Lakers, Phoenix, you guys. It's not unrealistic to think that you guys could be in the middle to the bottom of that pack.
It is unrealistic. I'm gonna tell you this. Since you just sat there and listed off a whole bunch of excuses, and since all y'all been on here making excuses for why this team is that and that team is this, let me make some excuses for my squad too. Because don't act like we didn't take the defending champions to 7, and it didn't take a miraculous effort by Steph Curry and broken hands by Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox for them to take us out in 7. So let me make some excuses for my squad too. When y'all just came up here and spoke that straight bullshit about all these other teams. Oh, well, this person was hurt. Zion was hurt. Cat was hurt. All these motherfuckers was hurt. But DeMontis played all season with broke bones all in his left hand. De'Aaron Fox broke bones in his hand, and we still took the defending champs, who you said Chilltown had the West was ran through last year. We took them to 7 games. So I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I get some excuses for my team losing in 7 to the defending champs. The same way y'all made some excuses for everybody else except for Sacramento. That's all I want to make sure I put on record. Because y'all sure do see when shit goes wrong for other teams. But when shit goes wrong for the Kings, they're a poverty franchise. They're weak as fuck. Well, let's keep that same energy with everybody. All right. That's all I want to do. Give us a fair shot. This is America.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna read some super chats. And then
no, you didn't, Jalen. Y'all hear the Sacramento Kings, and y'all instantly put them blinders on and want to talk about how weak we are and how much better everybody else got. If everybody else got better than so, our problem was rebounding, right, Jalen? We got bullied on the boards, right? Still went to 7 games and got bullied on the boards. Well, you can't, y'all. I've heard y'all glazing JaVale McGee on how much of a good rebounder he is and how he can be a difference in the paint. So we got JaVale McGee now. We got better. We just brought Sasha over here from the EuroLeague MVP. So we didn't get better at the forward position. We didn't get better.
I got one last thing to say to you, Bob. I got one last thing to say to you, Bob.
I don't want to hear that shit.
No. I'm with you. Hold on, Bob.
I don't care if you with me. Y'all don't need no help. You don't got to be with me. I stand solo. I got one last thing. I don't need no help.
I got one last thing to say to you.
I ain't gonna cry to everybody about getting jumped. I like that.
I'm gonna tell you like this,
I ain't no crybaby ass nigga. I'll rock.
It might get real ugly.
It might get real ugly for you. It might get ugly for you. It don't never get ugly around here. Nigga, stop playing with me. I'm gonna tell you like this. Jalen was just sitting there talking about how this person got better and that person got better. So how come Keegan Murray didn't get better?
I said he's getting better. I said he's going to elevate.
If this player got better, that player developed. How come Keegan Murray ain't developed?
He will.
Keegan Murray did develop.
Like that. Y'all been hating on us for years.
Keegan Murray, no, you're not doing that to me, Ox, because Keegan Murray did get better. 100% Keegan Murray did get better. But Keegan Murray's impact, him getting better, ain't the same as Anthony Edwards getting better in Minnesota. Don't tell me that shit. Not only, hell no, it's not. No, because he ain't the best player on the team. That's why. That's number one. Number two, they got their big man. Their big man who they missed 54 games. Get the hell out of here with that shit.
Anthony Towns is the best player on that team. That's Cat Squad.
We'll see about that.
And on top of that,
we'll see about
Anthony Edwards can't tie Keegan Murray's practice kicks. Tired of this shit.
All right,
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Keegan Murray at that level. Keegan Murray will get better. Keegan Murray will get better. Keegan Murray will get better. I'm speaking facts. Hold on. Before Dame got hurt last year, Portland was one of the better teams in the West before he got hurt last year with that same squad. And they got better. They got the number 2 overall pick. Yeah, that shit really gonna hurt if Dame go back and start cooking them niggas again.
You talking about a nigga named Scoop?
I like their roster better than y'all's.
You're talking about a dude named Keegan. What the hell? What kind of name is Keegan?
They gotta do that, bro.
They got a big man that averages a double-double in Nurk. That's the same thing as Sabonis. Sabonis averaged a double-double. Nurk averaged 15 and 10. Then they got Then they got Shaden Sharp Mars. Then they got Mars. Then they got the other boy Mars. They got the other boy that's hustling his ass off out there. I forget his name. The other guard they got.
Oh God.
Then you got Anthony Simons Mars, who was averaging 20 last year. He gonna be better this year. Then you got you got old boy. Like I said, you got old boy that just came in. He gonna be coming off the bench behind Dame. The number 2 overall pick. Then you got Dollar out there getting buckets. Y'all ain't got no answer for Dame Dollar. That shit with that shit with y'all point guard. Yeah, he'll drop 36 on that nigga. Yeah. So like I said, y'all ain't got no answer for him. Then the Portland Trailblazers. Hold on. Then the Portland Trailblazers got Nasir Little.
Hold on, let me yell it out the window for everybody to hear because I'm in Portland right now.
Right.
All right.
Bob, and I'm gonna tell you this last thing. The last thing I'm gonna tell you is this, dog. Hey, truth is the truth. Before Dame got hurt last year, Portland was one of the best teams in the West. Before he got hurt, those are facts.
Nicky, you don't got to do this, bro.
The truth is the truth.
That's a fact. I'm not lying, Bob. I'm not lying. Ask Mars. It was like a top 3 seed in the West for Dame. Am I lying, Mars? Was it not a top 3 seed in the West for Dame got hurt? That's
Let me get to these super chats.
I can't believe you just trolled me like that, man. That ain't cool.
We'll get right back.
I was being serious. You didn't have to do me, bro. I was serious, bro. I was in the zone.
Elias Aronson said, Bob, why do you have that Mexico jersey in the back? What's the backstory? Kings drafting Bobby Clinton next year also? I'm not
hip to Bobby Clinton. I don't know what that is. Oh, but as far as this jersey goes, shout out Merida, Mexico. That's my I got a basketball team down there. I go down there. I do training camps. I got an AAU team down there. This jersey right here is my team captain's jersey. She's Davion Mitchell in the flesh. Put it that way. She's Davion in the flesh.
Is she better than Skeet Henderson?
Skeet.
I know she won't back down to Scoot Henderson. I know that. I'll say that.
I'm just saying, to me, Scoot Henderson better than a lot of them dudes on y'all roster, bro.
He ain't better than Davion, and he ain't better than
number 2 overall pick. He's number 2. He's number 2 overall pick for a reason.
So, and Kwame Brown was the number 1 overall pick. So what's that mean?
But listen, he got we already see he got the skills to pay the bills, and he gonna be playing behind Dollar. The same dude that you said would shift the balance. And don't deny this. You said Dame is so good he can go to Miami and win them a championship. That's what you said.
That's not. I mean, yeah, but that's not so much as Dame is so good.
So that's not.
Wait. Don't act like you just cooked. That was just in the finals. What's that mean? Like,
no, I'm saying, but you just said that he gets him over the hump. So what I'm saying to you is, before Dame got hurt last year, these are facts. The Portland Trailblazers were a top 3 team in the West last year.
Facts,
Dame got hurt.
You can't deny facts.
You can't get away from the facts, bro.
It's no way.
Facts are facts.
But wait, yes, I did say that. But I also said that Tyler Hero, if Tyler Hero was healthy, they would have won.
Hey, Bob, and then I got one out of left field real quick, Ron. Y'all got real problems if y'all because listen, the way that Ime Udoka, nigga. If the Houston Rockets get the cooking, the Houston Rockets got. Hey, look, that's a bad. That's a bad matchup for y'all, bro. Hey, look, that's a bad. Hey, look, Ron, that's a bad matchup for them, Ron. You can put. Hold on, Ron. According to Bob, Dillon Brooks is a great defender.
The deck against you today.
You can put Dillon Brooks on one of the wings they got on Keegan Murray. He shut that shit down, according to Bob. Then the Houston Rockets, they got all kind of guard play, big man play. You got DeMar's favorite son over there, cooking, averaging 22, 23 points per game. Then you got a world champion at the point guard and Fred VanVleet coming in. He gonna give you 18, 19 a game. Then you got daggone, like I said, you got big man play over there. What's the big dude named Chitchat that they got? He's really bad. So he's another Sabonis in the making. Then you got, man, them dudes is loaded over there, bro. Hey, look,
Chitchat, I thought we was being serious.
He told me that Keegan Murray was better than Anthony Edwards. You talking about
mean that shit? You know what I mean?
They got a championship level coach, coach than Ime Udoka, because he's been to the finals. They got NBA finals experience at the point guard spot, which y'all don't have. They have that right now with Fred VanVleet.
They don't got experience ticket. They got a champ,
right? Then you have a young up and coming guard in the league who's trying to prove himself. That's Mars boy, who was averaging 22 a game last year. Now he's coming trying to up that and prove himself this year. To me, he's better than all them other guards y'all got except for De'Aaron Fox. I ain't trolling on that.
What about Malik? Including
hold on, you don't think he's better than Malik Monk?
Who you talking about? I ain't even
Jalen Green.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He's better than every guard y'all got. Hold on. Let's be honest, Ron. Jalen Green is better than every guard they got except for De'Aaron Fox.
You know what? Look, hey Ron, let's just skip
that's
this.
What I thought.
Let's just go straight to the Warriors. Let's do the Warriors today and tomorrow, because we're not getting any respect.
That's what I thought.
One thing. My mom always told me, don't ever invite yourself to a party you wasn't invited to. If y'all don't respect us, we don't want to be here. We just gonna show y'all in October.
We'll show y'all in October. Series against them dudes, Ron. He got to announce the Sacramento Kings, bro. Real talk.
We'll show y'all in October. I see we're getting disrespected here. I see we have no love on this panel, and I don't want to be a part of this. I can't believe this is what I'm hearing.
Why should we? The question that I have for you, Ox, and it's a simple question. Why should we be as high on the Sacramento Kings as you? This is a team that made the playoffs last year for the first time in 17 years.
Are y'all gonna let me answer this question?
Yes. Why should we be high on these dudes?
Everybody mute your mics.
You don't got to mute your mic. It's not gonna be no long rant. It's just simple as this. My thing, Chitchat, because you just brought up that 17 years, and I know that's hard to look past that, but that shit was then. This is now. It's a complete none of those players are on our team anymore. Right. You know what I'm saying? We are a completely different team. I told y'all last year, and y'all laughed at me. I said we have a top five center. We have a top 5 point guard. Top 5. De'Aaron's not even top 10. DeMontis isn't even top 10. Okay, well, I think we see different now. We're a young team. We play and we compete every night. We're not that, and that's what's most important to me. What's most important to me is that we are still young and thirsty, and we are going to compete every single night. Unlike these franchises like the Lakers, who are too good to try. You know what I'm saying? All those other teams aren't going to compete like we are going to compete. I think when you look at it logically from that standpoint, we are good enough. As far as talent goes and stuff like that, I would say we're top 6. As far as roster and talent goes, we're top 6. Anywhere 3, 4, 5. We're in that talk. But what makes us better is that we actually are going to compete. We're not taking time off. We're not taking games off. We are trying to win every single game. And those are going to be those 6, 7 games, 8 games. Those are the games that are going to move us up from a 5 seed, a 6 seed to a 2 seed or a 3 seed. And I don't understand how that's illogical. I don't understand how that doesn't register to y'all.
Ron, I'm not trolling this boy. Chill. I'm not trolling this boy, man. They don't have the best talent, bro. Houston has more talent over there with Kevin
Porter. I didn't say we had the best talent. Did you not hear what I said?
You said, hold on, you said 6, and that's bullshit. OKC got better talent than y'all. The Lakers got better talent than y'all with Hachimura and Reeves and all those other dudes. And hold on, I ain't finished.
You wouldn't even sold on Hachimura.
Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
The one talking about how Sabonis is a good
That's
pickup.
you damn lie. I was. Let me keep going. Also, look, we gotta be honest with you. Even though Memphis got more talent than y'all over there with Ja, with Marcus Smart.
I'm not even playing.
Hold on. With Desmond Bane, they got more talent than y'all over there. Let's keep going.
Stop lying, but that's a bold-faced lie. You are lying.
The Pelicans got more talent. The Pelicans got more talent than y'all with Zion and Brandon Ingram, and then the other dude that killed town like they play defense.
About Brandon Ingram the other day, and now you
want to hype him. They still better than y'all.
So flippy flop. You wishy-washy, but get off the fence.
Is Brandon Ingram not better than everybody else y'all got on y'all team?
Stand on 10 toes.
Brandon Ingram is better than everybody else on y'all team except for De'Aaron Fox. Brandon Ingram is better than everybody on y'all team except for De'Aaron Fox.
You can't never make up your mind. Every day we never know what we never.
He's still better than them.
It's a new.
He's still better than them niggas. He's still better than them niggas you talking about. Man, this man out here heaping up. This man out here typing up Keegan Murray, man. Get out of here.
Man. Be you.
You said what? I'm being me, nigga. I'm being me. Them niggas trash that you talking about, nigga. You did all that hype, and them niggas got beat the first round, man. Sit down, man.
You say one thing about Brandon Ingram yesterday. You say another thing when
he's still better than y'all. The nigga, hold on. That nigga could be.
Stand on 10 toes, nigga.
I'm standing on it. He better than y'all. That's what I think about y'all. Y'all dudes trash. Period. You gotta do.
Before I move on, take it right quick. Before I move on, are you guys making this Sacramento Kings, LA Lakers?
Nigga, I'm on. Hold on. Time out. I got the bet with that nigga. He can't take it back now, Ron. He cannot take it back now. He gotta stand on that. You gotta stand on that.
Don't act like I gotta stand on nigga. I pressed you, buddy. You was running for me.
I don't want to. Ron, when Keegan Murray don't have that type of season this year, I don't want to hear no excuses from this nigga. When goddamn when Sabonis getting punked every night because Draymond gave everybody the key to how to punk this dude, I don't want to hear no excuses because Draymond let the cat out the bag to how to deal with Sabonis. Just be physical with him, and you can get him out of his game. So Draymond let the key to that. So and then like I said, it's gonna be
crazy too with Sabonis. Which is crazy with Sabonis too, because Sabonis coming from a basketball family and his pops being who he is.
That's
you should not be soft. I'm not saying that Sabonis is soft, Fox. But what I'm saying is that he shouldn't be out physical. No way.
How can you look? That's what we got to stop that shit right now. We got to stop that right now. You can't tell me that just because I get out physical, how you gonna tell me I shouldn't get out physical if this man is stronger than me and bigger than me? As long as he ain't back down.
Draymond bigger than him.
I'm talking about Kevon Looney. Get that Draymond shit up out of here. That was Kevon Looney. What I'm saying,
Draymond was talking that dude. What are you talking about?
What I'm saying is this. If somebody's stronger than you and all that, and they out physical you, that's what it is. Ain't nobody get punked.
Right.
He got beat up. He got beat up for 7 games. He
stayed. Man, that man had a broke rib, a black eye. He got punked, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. Okay. So ticket. What you saying is if you finally stop running inside sign the contract and we get in the ring and I break one of your ribs, you saying I punked you? Nah, nigga, I just put my hands.
Hey, Bob, you got a better chance.
Your ass, just like Sabonis, just like Looney whooped Sabonis' ass. That's what happened.
Hey, Bob, you got a better chance of pissing in a Coke bottle.
I told you before I could piss in the Coke bottle. You said I got a little willy. I was like, oh, I didn't know that.
All right, y'all, come on. We got super chat.
What's wrong with your boy?
Bob, chill out.
Hey, hold on, Ron, hold on 1 second. Nigga, if you can piss in a Coke bottle, that means you got a Jimmy Jam.
That's all right. She like it.
That nigga got, hey, Ron, that nigga got baby nuts.
I got him. That's not cool. What I'm saying, Ron, for real. I just want to put that on record. Like, yeah, he for sure got beat up, but he got beat up for 7 straight games, and he never ducked no phase. Like, he was in there. He kept his nose in there. Like you say, you put your nose in there, stick your nose in there, get rebounds. He was still trying to battle. He just got beat. But we're not gonna put that soft jacket on Domantas Sabonis. Like I refuse to go for the soft jacket. Yeah, they definitely out physical him. They won the battle, but he was in there every single day. He came with a broke hand, left with broke ribs, left with a bruised eye socket. It ain't like he was like, Coach, take me out. I can't handle this shit. He wasn't running from nothing. So call it like he definitely not soft. And yeah, he lost the battle, but it wasn't nothing soft about it.
How many games does the Sacramento Kings win this year, Big Ops? How many games y'all win?
54.
54 wins this year.
He's standing on it. He's standing on it.
I think 54 games. That might be the number one seed in the Western Conference. That's
Yeah,
the
I told you.
Hold on,
the
we're
best
gonna
team.
get there. We are gonna get there.
All right, I'm not gonna jump the gun. I'm not gonna jump the gun. My fault.
Draymond literally tried to kill my man. Like, that's attempted murder, bro.
Dylan Sedan said, "Hey, chill. 7 Australians have won an NBA title. Can you name them?"
7 Australians have won the NBA title.
I know 2 of them.
I know
Andrew
3.
Bogut. Andrew Bogut.
Andrew Bogut, that's 3.
Yeah.
Patty Mills.
Luke Longley.
I was getting to that.
Kyrie.
Hey, Ron, when Sacramento getting the hell beat out of him, y'all need to give Bob his own show by himself to explain his shit.
Sacramento Queens.
Hey, so
Kings
just since you let out the
Nation,
I am doing a King show on my
Yeah,
channel.
Kings Nation. You better explain this shit.
Weekly show.
Chill, as you were.
So where was I? Andrew Bogut, Patty Mills, Luke Longley. Let's see. Delanadova. That's where it gets fuzzy for me. Number at 4. 4 is where it gets fuzzy for me.
Damn.
Dylan, you can go ahead and let us know the remaining 3, but we got 4 of them. Appreciate you for sending through the super chat. Let me see. Styles Black with the super chat said, "This is why I don't agree when y'all say teams won't make the tournament serious, the regular season tournament, that is." He said, "The West tough. Every game matters. Low managing could cost you the playoffs."
Bro, we'll say this about the West. This is about the West. The difference between the 1 seed and the 7, 6 seed might be like 4 or 5 games. Like, it'll be that close. So to his point, every game will matter. So what is
this giving late 2000s West vibes? This Western Conference?
Yes, I'm thinking.
Yeah,
yes,
but
almost.
Mars, I'm gonna say this again to you, Mars. That still don't mean that they're gonna take the tournament serious, bro. Bro, them dudes might scale it back and might not play them dudes in minutes like that, bro. Ain't nobody gonna be trying to go all out from the main teams to win an in-season tournament. I'm telling you, because somebody get one of the main guys. If LeBron, KD, or one of the main guys get hurt, they're gonna shut that shit down quick. The main dudes start getting hurt in that mid-season tournament.
We gonna play hard because we not soft like that. We ain't no suckers like that. We came to play ball, and we gonna play ball every game. Y'all can save that for the prima donna.
Watch what LeBron say. He gonna say we ain't worried about no in-season tournament. We worried about the Larry O'Brien. That's what I'm worried about. That what they gonna say. Watch.
All right, y'all, moving along. D9 said, "Stay strong, Ox. Media loves hating small markets."
Yeah. I realized a little while ago that Players' Choice was a part of the Lakers media cartel.
How is Sacramento a small market? It's the capital of the state of California.
It's only 450,000 people in the city. It's a small city.
It's the capital of the state.
You can get hit upside the head with a cowbell out there.
Oh, damn.
You get hit upside the head with more than that fucking around.
It's only one thing. Hey, it's only one thing in Sacramento I'm trying to get hit upside the head with.
How did you feel like it?
Yeah. Yo, Blams with the super chat and said the Kings is equal to the Knicks in the East. Ouch.
If that means the Knicks, is hard body,
that's another play-in team.
Oh shit! Hey, Bob, I might have to agree with you, Bob. I might agree with you. Some bad news just came out. This morning, they put out a report that said that the Lakers were going to start Roy at the 4, and AD just came out and said he don't want to play the 4 this year. They got problems already. I might be Bob on this.
He coming into the season in a wheelchair. He coming into the season in a wheelchair.
They just saying right now on ESPN, AD said he do not want to play the 5 this year. But Darvin Ham came out yesterday. They said they're going to bring Christian Woods off the bench, and they're going to start Roy at the 4 like fake ass Beanie Siegel was talking about yesterday. And now they said AD said he don't want to play the 5 this year. He want to be at the 4. So that's problems right there, bro.
Check it out.
Check it out. Ticket. Look,
he's gonna do what the coach tells him to do. He gonna play.
That's a problem. Hey, Jalen, that's a problem. I might have to decide with Bob on that bet right now because that's a problem right there, bro.
So bet lost in a nice 6 minutes.
Hold on, no more. So Ticket, this is what I'm saying. We bet the 200. You can go ahead and crawfish right now, and you can just run me 100. If you want to
wanna
bow
buy out the
bow
bet
out.
ticket? You wanna
You
buy
want to
out the
bow
bet?
out.
I'm gonna stand on my. I'm gonna stand on my nuts, man. I ain't finna do that.
All right,
You can stand on your baby nuts, and I'll stand on my kahunas. So
That's what
like I
I'm
said
saying,
to
but
you,
I don't know
dog.
how you can stand on yours. Mine don't reach my feet. So
It's crazy.
Yo, hey, keeping it pushing. Savant's X said y'all underestimating the Kings.
How they got beat in the first round? Any other team that got beat in the first round, we wouldn't be talking about underestimating them, bro.
So why you
And on
been
top of that,
talking about the
and-
Bucks then? Why you was just hyping up the Bucks, Ticket?
They had a legitimate injury to their superstar player, bro.
and they got
2
arguably
years
the-
ago.
No, just 2. 2 years ago, they won an NBA championship. Not only that,
Facts.
they got
That was 3 years ago.
They got arguably the best player in the game. So
Right.
Easier
Just
coffee.
Hold on.
I can't stand
Let me-
y'all, man. I
2 years,
hate y'all.
if I'm not mistaken, in September of 2021, we were going into the season. The Milwaukee Bucks were the defending NBA champions.
You're right.
That was
You're right.
2 years ago.
Jesus.
Right.
Okay,
And on
but
top of that,
that's not
and on
today.
top of that-
Y'all gotta stop living in the past.
And on top of that, the Milwaukee Bucks, that's a bad argument. That's a bad example because ain't nobody on the Sacramento Kings considered the best player in the league. Nobody.
What does that got to do with the price of tea in China?
They won the NBA championship and they got arguably the best
That
player in the
was
game. So the expectations are
That was
higher.
like 2-3
You
years
guys
ago.
who just made the playoffs this year, you guys who just made the playoffs last season were 12th in the Western Conference the year before. You at the bottom of the West. So there
Barely.
aren't any real expectations for the Sacramento Kings.
I
Now
don't
that you
care
guys
about
have won,
expectations. I'm caring
now
about
what
what's
you're
what.
trying to sell to us now, instead of you guys just getting better and taking steps, now what you're doing is you jumping off the building. We were the number 3 seed last year. We the number 1 seed this year. Sit there and say you ain't say that yesterday.
Yes, okay, Chitchat, but that is literally a step. Like, that's literally taking a step. I didn't say we were winning the championship last year.
Go from 12.
Last year at the beginning, I said we're gonna be a top 6 seed. As I progressed, I took a step forward. I said, yo, we might be a top 3 seed. This year, I'm saying we can make it to the Western Conference Finals. I'll be happy with a second round appearance. I never said we're winning the championship.
I didn't say you did.
These are steps.
I didn't say you did.
I said, yeah, we could be a number 1 seed in the regular season. But do I think we're ready to win a championship? Do I think we're ready to win that? No, I don't. I'm not being delusional saying, oh, my team's the best team in the league. We're winning the championship. I said we're going to get the number 1 seed. Why? Right. Because these older teams, the teams that are a little more prepared, aren't going to take it as serious. They're not going to play all the games. The West is going to be close. We're going to be a top 3 seed based on the fact that we're going to compete. I never once said that the Kings are going to win a championship. That never came out of my mouth. So these are literally steps I'm taking.
Right. So the steps that you're taking, if you end up with the number 1 seed and these teams are already lacking, as you guys would say, these teams are already not taking the regular season serious. You guys have the number 1 seed, which means that going into the playoffs, you probably rolling. Why is it ridiculous to think that you can win the NBA, that you can't win the NBA championship?
Because we're not ready. We're just not ready.
You are ready enough to get the number 1 seed in the toughest conference in the league. So why can't you win the NBA championship?
Okay, I mean, well, if you want me to say it, then if you want to twist my arm, then I'll say, okay.
I'm not trying to twist your arm, Ox. What I'm saying is that it's ridiculous to think that this team that went from 12 to 3 last year because they made a trade, which they got Sabonis, they snuck up on a lot of teams. This year, a lot of teams are going to be more prepared for you guys than they were last year because they were preparing for you like you were the Kings. You're not the Kings anymore.
No,
you're a different team.
I don't
so I think teams are going to be preparing for you a little bit more. I think they're going to be preparing for you differently than they did last year. So the idea that you guys go from 3 moving up now to number 1, I think that's reaching. I think that you're a middle of the road Western Conference team.
If we move up, there's only 2 more spots we can move up to. So I
to the best. So you go from 12 to number 3 to the best team in the West.
I think the Grizzlies got worse. The Grizzlies got worse. I think the Nuggets got a little bit worse. Yeah. Okay.
And with that being said, I think you snuck up on some teams last year. And I think that these teams that you snuck up on, I think they're going to be more prepared for you this year. I think they look at you differently last year than they did this year. And I think that you guys are going to be now the hunted. See, it's the difference between hunting and being the hunted. You guys are going to be the hunted. Being a top 3 seed, it's going to look different with teams now coming after you. You haven't had to experience that because y'all been at the bottom of the Western Conference.
How you hunt a killer whale? How you hunt a killer whale? Who hunts orcas?
Who hunts orcas?
Yeah, we are the apex predator.
Humans.
Apex predator.
Some humans.
And now the difference with that, Ox, is now they're coming after you.
Chill,
like
but this is what I'm saying. This what I'm saying, Chilltown. Just because y'all didn't know that we was getting better, because y'all are living in the past, stuck in delusional land, stuck in the Lakers media cartel. Y'all thought y'all was stuck there. How come I knew once we got Domantas Sabonis? Once we traded for Domantas Sabonis at the end of the season before that, you seen there was a quick difference in our team. De'Aaron got hurt, and so they only got to play like those nine games together. But we seen it right there. So just because y'all's asses ain't see it, don't mean that the rest of the NBA ain't see it. So just like that's all I'm saying. That we might have stuck up on y'all. Mm-hmm. We ain't sneak up on them.
Which is interesting, because
how come am I the only person in the world that knew we was going to the playoffs this year?
You're the only person in the world that had y'all at the top 3 seed. Yes, you are.
I refuse.
Outside of Sacramento, nobody else believes that.
I refuse to believe that I'm that smart. I refuse.
Yeah, nobody saw you.
Nobody said y'all was to the finals too, Bob. That's what you said.
Nobody saw y'all as a top 3 seed. That's number one. Nobody saw you guys as a top 3 seed. And the idea of you getting Sabonis at the end of the season, and De'Aaron Fox got hurt. Well, they get a training camp together. Not only do they get a training camp together, they get a training camp together to get it together, and they get the whole season to play together. That's a completely different dynamic than throwing a dude in the lineup in like 8 or 9 games. Well, that's what's going on with the other teams in the Western Conference this year, who y'all, by the way, are not sneaking up on. We on to you guys.
We never snuck up on anybody, Chilltown. That's what I'm trying to say.
To go from the 12th seed to the 3 seed, you snuck up on people. They weren't taking you guys serious.
Y'all was shot.
Nobody was taking you guys serious.
Y'all do this all the time. Y'all disrespect GMs. Y'all disrespect NBA coaches like they're
nobody was taking Keegan Murray and De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis serious like that. That's not the same.
No, Chill. Say that you weren't taking them.
No, not me. Not me. You're the only one outside of Sacramento. Nobody had them as a top 5 seed in the Western Conference. You guys were a playing team at best. And you snuck up on a lot of teams. And I'm not going to fight them.
Better at their job. They do their job better than all of us up here do. They do it better than we do. They seen it. They seen what was up. Just because y'all didn't see it, don't mean that they didn't. That's what I'm trying to say. Y'all get up here and say, "Oh, this coach should do this. This coach should do that." Man, he's the coach in the NBA. Y'all don't know better than him. Then y'all talk about this GM saw this GM. That's his damn job. It's scouts
don't sit here, Ox, like GMs do their job and the stuff that they do. There's the reason why we sit here and look at it. Oh, what the hell are you thinking? Prime example would be your GM and Vlade Divac. Prime example would be your GM and Vlade Divac passing on Luka. For Marvin Bagley, don't like these GMs
I got you now.
They're in those seats are know-it-alls. They just know anything.
Because y'all was just hyping up the Phoenix Suns, but they passed up on Luka too.
Yeah, they got DeAndre Ayton and they went to the NBA
but
Finals.
They passed up on Luka.
Yeah, they got DeAndre Ayton and they was in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I don't want to hear all that.
The double-double guy. What are you talking about?
Y'all need to
Marvin Bagley hasn't really produced anything for you guys. Not only has Marvin Bagley not produced anything for you guys, this is the same Vlade Divac, who I'm already on record saying he passes on Luka, which Mars, one more time for the people in the cheap seats going into the draft. How good was Luka?
One of the best. He was one of the best prospects we've seen in years. What are you talking about?
He's one of the best prospects we've seen in years. So Vlade Divac passes on one of the best prospects we've seen in years. Why? Because me and his father ain't really that cool. Fire him. But
he up out there.
But this GM, because we're sitting here with microphones and headphones, we can't figure out that that's a dumb thing to do. These GMs and these coaches, just because there are no seats, aren't know-it-alls.
They know more than y'all. They know more than y'all. Y'all see the delusional, just the delusional podcasters, the delusional sports media podcasters. We think just because we got these headphones and microphones and cameras that we just know more than motherfuckers that are it's their job to know. That is so disingenuous and so disrespectful to these cats that worked hard to get those positions. I just don't like.
I don't think that, Ox. I don't like that.
I just know better because of the accent. That's me personally. That's why.
I don't think that.
I just don't like that. I've heard that over and over. I've heard that all last season.
I just don't think that they know it all.
I heard it in the playoffs.
And there's things that they've done that is questionable, and that's what we're doing up here. We question it. So
y'all trying to say what Mike Malone should do? What you call them ticket? Cockeye. What he should do? Y'all trying to beat every day. Bullet head. Everybody. The terrorist. Marvin Head. So we supposed to just be no more than these NBA coaches? That's crazy. You think that GMs and scouts ain't up on shit before us?
Well, they did. Hold on. Well, they did do what they said do. I mean, when they was going in on Darvin Ham about pulling D'Lo, he did end up pulling D'Lo out of the lineup, but it was too late.
Yeah, probably because he listened. Probably because he was watching the panel.
Right, and but our point to you is this, man.
Come on, man.
The Kings got to prove it again this year. Like they did it 1 year in 17 years. They got to prove it like again to have people believe. You can't be upset that people don't believe and think that it's a fluke because you did it 1 year and got smoked in the first round.
Jump on the train ticket.
That's not what it is.
Jump on the train.
You 100% right about that, Ticket. And that's why when Chilltown was saying, "How come we're supposed to be as high as them as you are?" I said, "You're not supposed to be as high as them as I am." You know what I'm saying? I am a Kings fan. I've been a Kings fan for over 25 years. So with that being said, you do have to realize you tearing down teams like you talk shit about the Clippers, but they've been to the Western Conference Finals in the last 4 years. I'm talking about today. Listen. I'm talking about when we was talking about comparing those teams to your teams. You tore these teams down, but the Clippers been in the Western Conference Finals in the last 4 years. The Lakers have won a championship in the last 4 years. The guy daggone
Warriors.
The Golden State Warriors have won a championship last 4 years. You guys have been to the playoffs one time in 17 years. You telling everybody we hate.
I don't want to hear about no shit that happened before that. It's September 7th, 2023. Let's talk about today.
You said you've been a Kings fan for the last 25 years, so you can't.
What do those teams got to do with today?
Okay, so
nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Let me ask you this question. Absolutely nothing. Let me ask you this question, Ox. Let me ask you this motherfucking question, Ox.
Hurry up and ask the question.
All right, so when I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings going into this year, right, and I sit back and I say to myself, out of everybody in the division, who's made the most moves? We could say the Los Angeles Lakers. After that, we can point to the Phoenix Suns. After that, after that, we can point to maybe the Warriors, even though personally I don't like
shit.
Right? And then we look at the Sacramento Kings. And say, what the hell?
Right. So you don't know who the EuroLeague MVP is, Izzy? Step your basketball knowledge up, son.
Say it again.
You don't know who the EuroLeague MVP is?
What? So that's what y'all got.
You don't know who the EuroLeague
is that who y'all got?
You don't know who y'all got? You don't know who he is? Come on, talk to me.
You can make a case. Sacramento got better. Sacramento did more moves than the Warriors.
Sacramento 100% got better. I'm here to say it right now. And that's the next question I want to ask. But Sacramento 100% got better. But I want to ask you guys, how are you feeling about the Sacramento Kings off-season moves? Obviously, they got Sasha Vezenkov. If you don't know, he was the EuroLeague.
You better
MVP.
ask somebody.
He will be playing for the Sacramento.
He's not gonna play.
You better ask somebody.
He's not
gonna play.
They just
keep going, Ron. Keep going. Cook your ass too, Ron.
He might win Rookie of the Year. He's
not gonna play, Ron.
Man, that man ain't getting no burn. What position he play?
He's a fool, no damn burn, man.
What position he play, Ron?
Hey, all right. Y'all better stop
Hold
playing.
On, Ron. What position he play?
Where the hell is he falling into the rotation? Please tell me.
Ron, what position he play, Ron?
Hey, look,
he play Harrison Barnes' position.
Hey, he might not have a position come mid-season. All right,
DW and Tiago Splitter came to the league and did work.
So he gonna sit a dude down with championship experience that he went to the NBA Finals with. But so
now you hyping Harrison Barnes after what you was just saying.
I didn't. I'm talking about that, but that's not how Mike Brown get down. That's not how he get down.
You in the episode. You done changed.
So y'all telling me they gonna make these big ass acquisitions by bringing a rookie that nobody ever heard of except for Ron?
Yep.
I mean, people who watch basketball outside.
Y'all NBA fans. Y'all not basketball fans. Y'all are not basketball guys. Y'all are NBA fans, bro. Y'all are not basketball guys. Y'all are NBA fans.
How much you want to bet he don't play more than 10 minutes a game next year?
Let me ask you this question. Is this EuroLeague MVP about to get some serious burn next year? Tell me that.
12 to 15 minutes of basketball is a significant amount of basketball when you're a role player. And when you're as good, as efficient, and just an all-around good basketball player as he is. Yes, 12 to 15 minutes per game.
He going to have an impact, bro? He going to have an impact?
What are you about to say, Ticket?
I'm asking you, is he going to have an impact?
I feel like you're lining me up for something, bro.
No, I said he gonna have an impact on y'all. No, you and Ron said that y'all got better. So I'm asking, is this dude that we never heard of? Is he gonna?
See, that's what I'm saying. How come you never heard of him, Mr. Basketball Head, Mr.
Because
Basketball?
hold on.
Never heard of him.
Nigga, because
he was the MVP in one of the best leagues in the world. You never heard of
off my screen.
Oh, he didn't jump
He
off
ain't
your
got the
screen.
pizzazz. He
Where
ain't got the
Damo at?
pizzazz.
Yeah, he didn't jump off my screen.
Bro,
You gotta jump off the screen.
I will say,
All right,
I
I've
will
been
say
the
with the
underdog. I'm
Kings-
good in my doghouse. We love this shit. Just
no,
like
it's
last
Fox.
season. Just like last season, I'm back in the doghouse where I'm comfortable at. Next season, I hope I'm here again. I love this shit. Niggas can't fade us.
Go ahead.
I will say
Jalen.
I think the biggest improvement the Kings see. I mean, you saw the offseason addition. Yes, I think the EuroLeague MVP will matter, but I think the jump Keegan Murray will make. You know, last year averaging 12 points. If he becomes a 18, 17 point a game,
Hold on. How's that gonna happen with Malik Monk on the team? How's that gonna happen?
You know what? Hold on. Malik Monk is still a bench guy. Hold on. Malik Monk is still going to come out the bench as a six man. Keegan Murray in the starting lineup. I see maybe
We got Max Sauce.
Harrison Barnes could take less shots. I think Sabonis maybe he takes a couple shots less, does a little more playmaking and passing. I think Keegan Murray can be an 18.
So these dudes gonna take a step back for Keegan Murray.
Yes.
I think Keegan Murray. Watch Keegan Murray. Fox is clearly their number one, but the number two scorer. Keegan Murray could eventually surpass
Sabonis will be your number two again.
He got a
but that's the thing, though. Sabonis will be okay Murray, just getting you 15, 16.
Maybe not this year,
okay.
but next year when we're actually ready to compete for that championship, Keegan Murray will be our number one scoring option.
Okay,
I don't know about number one because Fox is still him. But Keegan Murray,
I just want to know what Ron was talking about when he said this dude's name. And he talking about he gonna make them that much better. I just don't see.
You don't know Sasha?
All right.
I don't see the impact Ron saying he gonna have.
That's because you don't know who he is. That's because you don't know who he is.
No, I ain't say that. I ain't asked you that. I asked Ron. Hold on, I asked Ron. I asked Ron Captain. What impact is he gonna make? Hold on, because if you make a team better, that means you gotta have impact. What impact he gonna make on the team, Ron?
Let me break. So I'm gonna get to Sasha, but I'm gonna talk about the three reasons why I think the Kings got better, and it's three players that they're not gonna jump off the screen to you, Ticket. But I'm gonna give you three reasons why. So the first player I'm gonna say is obviously JaVale McGee. They got a solid backup center now. When DeMontis comes off the floor, they can even play him together. That can
rebound.
Play good in the paint. Championship experience. He can rebound. He can block shots. He can finish. I'll give you JaVale McGee.
He's still valuable.
I'm gonna give you Chris Diawarte. Coming off the bench. Just hear me out. Coming off the bench. He's a sharpshooter coming off the bench.
I like Chris
That's
Diawarte.
what the Kings do. That's what the Kings do. They got a
Ron, you really think he gonna bite in the Waters minutes?
No, I think no, Herter's gonna start at the two. Harrison Barnes and Keegan go start.
Right. So where his minutes coming from, Ron?
He's coming off the bench.
48 minutes in the game, bro.
What Malik? No, Ron. That is Malik Monk's minutes. Ron, y'all full of shit. That is Malik Monk's minutes, Ron.
I take it real quick, because I just want to holler at the chat real quick. You know, they talking about. I just heard of Sasha just a month ago when he's literally been playing in the EuroLeague with Shaq. So I've been watching him play. He's been playing with Shaq in the EuroLeague. So don't tell me I haven't watched him play. And you talking about if he wouldn't went to the Warriors, I wouldn't. We drafted him 4 years ago. All right, man, y'all motherfuckers, man. I swear to God,
Man,
I don't know how y'all made it. I don't know how y'all made it out of elementary school.
Ron. That list was real suspect. Oh boy, how old boy gonna play if that's Malik Monk's minutes? That's Warder and Malik Monk's minutes right there.
Ticket. Somebody got to play his 48 minutes in the game.
I'm saying that's Waters and Malik Monk's minutes.
You could be a backup.
Hold on. So they got we talking about the 1, 2, and 3, right?
So where D Roseman is coming from?
Kevin Herter. You got Kevin Herter, Harrison Barnes, Malik Monk, and then who else is gonna play? You got to play.
What you mean? Who else gonna play? Keegan Murray.
Okay, now Keegan's at the 4.
Right, I'm saying, but you can change him with the 4 and the 3.
Ticket. So what I'm trying to say is I've listed off. If you throw in Sabonis and you throw in Davion Mitchell, that's 7 people. Somebody else got to play. Chris Diawarte is going to be the man that steps in and plays, and he's not going. I'm not going to say he's going to play 30 minutes, but he's going to be that guy that comes and plays 10 to 15 minutes. And it's going to be some games where he comes in and hits 3 or 4 threes. It's going to be some games where he don't really do too much, but he's going to be that spark off the bench that is going to be scary some games if he comes in and catches fire. You got Sabonis who's going to command double teams. You got De'Aaron Fox who's going to be, you know how he get down. So if a guy like that, obviously Keegan Murray too, a guy like that, if you leave him open, he's going to cause problems for you. But let me get to Sasha Vezenkov though. Because a lot of you guys don't know him, but I do think in the next couple of years, you're going to be like, that was a sneaky good pickup for the Kings. Sasha is a crazy efficient player. And I don't think it's crazy to say, well, it's going to sound crazy right now, but Sasha might very well be the Kings' best shooter right now today. He's going to step in. He shoots the ball that good. When he gets across half court, he's open. He can play the 3, he can play the 4, and even in super small ball lineups, he can play the 5. The thing about him is, off ball, he's a magician. He knows how to move without the ball. He's one of those guys where it's like he's just always in the right place at the right time. He finds a way to score the ball. 1 dribble pull-ups, open threes. He can even score in the mid-post too. But alongside when you got to focus on De'Aaron Fox, you got to focus on Sabonis, you got to focus on Keegan now, and then you got to focus on these other guys. He's going to get lost in the sauce, and a lot of teams are going to forget about him, and he's going to make you pay. If you leave Sasha open, he's going to make you pay. He knows how to move without the ball, and he's just a player that plays the game the right way.
Hey, Ron, if what was that game 6? Was that no game 5 or game 6? If De'Aaron Fox attacks Steph and Draymond and kicks it to Sasha for that shot,
is that cash? Is that cash?
Then we got the Lakers in the second round.
I feel
Are
like
you sure that that's cash? And the reason why I'm asking you
Hey,
that,
Chitchat, that's a layup.
the reason why I'm asking you if that's cash is because this is a bigger stage. It's a bigger stage and it's a lot different pressure. So you're talking about
it's big bright lights over there in the EuroLeague.
I'm sure it is.
NBA first round bigger lights than the EuroLeague Final Four?
I don't think so.
Is it?
I'm
asking. I'm like, because he's been on big stages before.
Really big stages.
And he's hit big shots. Well, obviously he's hit
Really
big
big.
shots. Obviously because he's the EuroLeague MVP. So
That's
I haven't seen him do it. So I'm interested to see what this guy brings because I'm looking at the Sacramento Kings roster and what they roster. So Sabonis plays almost 35 minutes. Fox plays 33 minutes. Harrison Barnes plays almost 33 minutes. Keegan Murray played almost 30 minutes. Herter played 29 minutes. Malik Monk played 22 minutes. Davion Mitchell played 18 minutes. Trey Lyles played 17 minutes. And Edwards played 14 minutes. So he's going to cut into somebody's minutes.
Harrison Barnes on his way out.
honestly,
So Harrison Barnes minutes. So Harrison Barnes minutes.
You take 3 minutes from all of them, 24 minutes right there.
W
Nice.
basketball.
But my question with him is because the Kings are one of the fastest paced teams in the
Real
NBA.
tough.
How does he fit into that? Just getting up and down the
Transition threes, trail threes.
Yeah. That's what I was going to say.
Man, Ron, that dude won't get 10 minutes, man. Y'all need to cut this cap out, bro. And then here's the key word, what you said. You said you can see him 2 to 3 years from now. That don't mean he's gonna help him this year, though. So
We're not winning the championship this year anyway. It don't matter. We're not winning the championship this year.
So all this shit you talking in is bullshit. If you saying y'all gonna be one of the top teams in the West, hold on. If you're saying y'all gonna be one of the top teams in the West, shouldn't y'all legitimately be competing for a championship?
I agree with that statement.
Did y'all never see the Toronto Raptors get the #1 seed?
Man,
He's thinking back. Just because they're number one.
So then, hold on. So that means you gonna run into LeBron and lose, right?
They gonna run into
so corny with this shit, bro. This shit
No, I'm not. Hold on. So y'all gonna lose to the Lakers in the playoffs, Bob? So Bob, you're saying y'all gonna win in the regular season?
Possibly, we could. We very well could lose to the Lakers in the playoffs. Yes.
So
we
y'all will lose to the Lakers
in the playoffs.
Y'all will lose to the
Which means they
Pelicans.
better than y'all. See, this is the bullshit we're talking about.
bro.
That's not
His
what,
ass,
that's not at all what that means.
Which means they better than y'all. So if the Lakers better than y'all, if Phoenix is better than y'all, if Denver is better than y'all, and the Clippers are better than y'all, should I keep going, Big Ox?
I want y'all to stop putting words in my mouth, first of all.
But Big Ox, you told me yesterday that you guys are gonna make it. You guys are gonna make the jump.
We could be the
number
1 seed,
three.
but we're not the championship team. Yes, I said that.
How is that realistic? I'm not.
We've literally seen the Toronto Raptors do that shit 5 times.
And I'm glad you brought up the Toronto Raptors. Why weren't the Toronto Raptors? Why weren't the Toronto Raptors considered an NBA contender? Why not?
Oh, we're gonna have to hear the word boogeyman. We're gonna have to hear
Hold on,
boogeyman.
They just
We know the
weren't
reason why.
ready. We're just not ready. But we're just not ready to win a championship. I don't understand why y'all.
Toronto wasn't ready. All they did was switch out one guy. They switched out Kawhi Leonard.
One guy. That's Kawhi Leonard.
That's a major switch. Major switch.
Right. So and don't leave out the fact, Mars, that the switch comes onto a 59-win team that was in the Eastern Conference Championship 2 straight years. 2 straight years it was in the Eastern Conference Championship. They switched one guy. Then I'm not on the fence about this. I think if Valanciunas is on that crew, they still win. If
New
Gasol
coach
is
as
out,
well. New coach. Dwayne Casey for Nick Nurse.
Dwayne Casey is out, but the other coach was also on the bench at that time. Wasn't like they got him from nowhere.
Yep. He was
It wasn't like they got him from nowhere. Nick Nurse was on that bench. So Nick Nurse is on the bench. So all he did was move over one seat. It wasn't like they got him from nowhere.
Thank you, Quan. Utah too. Utah's another example too. But go ahead.
Utah's another example. So again, the Toronto Raptors, they switch out Leonard. Even if they didn't trade for Marc Gasol, I still think they win it with Valanciunas. I think Danny Green got on that crew.
He did.
I think Danny Green got on that crew. But for the most part, that core was together. The problem that they were having was one team, and that was the Cleveland Cavaliers. But it wasn't like they were looking at everybody else going, we can't win the Eastern Conference. We're not a championship contender. You, on the other hand, Big Ox, you telling me that the Sacramento Kings, as the number one seed in the Western Conference, going into the playoffs, we ain't ready to win it yet. Nobody outside of Sacramento was thinking it.
I
don't care what anybody thinking. I'm just telling you what how I see it.
He said he a regular season merchant.
I'm just telling you the way I see it. I don't see us winning the champion, and that's fine. But I don't take that as disrespect, bro. I know y'all. I know people say little shit. That I don't take that as disrespect. I think we're building up to it. We're not ready yet. I'm not embarrassed by that. I don't care.
Hold on,
my whole thing was it's not championship or bust for me, bro. It's not championship or bust for me.
No, bro. I'm saying, but the way you was talking to Greasy last year going into the playoffs, and you was talking real Greasy. I got you on tape.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm gonna be doing the same thing this year.
Hey, Ron, this man was talking. He was talking some Bumpy Johnson type talk up here. He was talking real Greasy, like hold on. You was telling us all this stuff you saying to us now because we don't have them ranked where they was at. You were saying worse to us last year when we said that they wasn't going to the conference finals. You was going hard, and I got the tapes because it was right before the playoffs started.
I'm not Mookie, nigga. Pull up the tapes.
Right, and so what you did was you
can't put me in an interrogation room. Tell me you got my fingerprints on no gun, nigga. All right, lock me up then.
Prove it.
Show it to me. Evidence. Where the evidence at?
Do your job. Do your job. Nigga, I'm not
Ron, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second to go to the evidence room, Ron.
Easy.
The way this dude was talking last year, this dude and Chill telling us, him and Chill got into an argument right before the playoffs, and he was swearing at Chilltown and the Fluent. Swearing. He was talking all kind of crazy shit to Fluent too. About y'all some haters, y'all some Lakers merchants, this, that, the third. We going to the conference finals. Y'all full of shit. This, that.
Hold on. Is that exactly what I said? Is that exactly what I said?
Yes, that's what you were saying.
Okay, we'll prove it.
You did have the Kings go into the conference finals.
Morris, what I said was I told y'all a route that potentially could get us to the conference finals.
That's bullshit. That's loyalty. That is loyalty. You said I was going to the conference finals.
When the playoffs were cemented, and you saw it was going to be
you said y'all was in the conference championship.
Then you saw it was Lakers, Grizzlies, one of them in the second round. You thought you was going to the conference finals.
Yes, Morris. I said we can. I was 100% confident that we could have beat the Warriors. I thought we were going to beat the Warriors.
I was with you. I remember.
Sure, it was like we got them. And then when I went to game one, I was like, oh shit, we really can beat the Warriors, right? So I did think that. But no, Morris. I was saying I think the Grizzlies can upset the Lakers and we could beat them. But then I was also like, but we not ducking them. We want LA. You're right.
Did you say that y'all would get to the conference championship before the playoffs started?
I said it was a possibility. Yes.
No, you didn't say it was a possibility. You said y'all was going to the conference championship.
I need some proof. I need some proof on that. Y'all misquoting me. And
don't worry, I'm in the evidence room right now, Chilltown. I'm about to tell Ron this.
The evidence room was crazy. But hold on. I gotta ask my next question because we only got an hour left in the show, so we gotta move along.
They ain't proof. This is all circumstantial.
Hold up, right quick, Bob. Hold on. So now I gotta ask. We got our community group chat. I asked my group chat before every show, what do y'all want to talk about? And I choose a lucky contestant. So my man, it's two things from this group chat we're gonna talk about because my man Alan Alulin, he said he wants to talk about the Kings missing 20 free throws, and we'll play that tape and we'll get to talking about that a little later. But David in the group chat said, do the Kings have two top 5 players at their position? Do we guys believe that the Kings have a top 5 point guard and a top 5?
Say no.
All right, hold on. So do they have a top 5 point guard? Okay, so let's talk. Luka, Steph,
Dame,
Trey.
After that, I'm trying to think.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Trae Young.
Bars.
See, I mean, hold up now. I ain't gonna disrespect Fox like that too much. That's a conversation, but Jamal Murray, that conversation. Okay, look, you know what? No, Ox.
Jalen, remember he's better than CP.
Man, I
Now we got you in the interrogation room.
I was going to say, but hold up. He can be better than CP. Tommy Tucker this year might be better than peak CP. We're going to have that conversation later.
John Morant or De'Aaron Fox? John Morant or De'Aaron Fox?
See, that's I got Fox over Morant. I got Fox over Morant.
Yeah.
De'Aaron Fox or Trae Young?
See, that's another one. I'm not a big
Shout out, light out, my man.
I'm not a big Trae Young guy. I'm not a big Trae Young guy. That can go either way. That's a coin flip. It
sounds like he's top 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we'll give you that. Now Sabonis at the 4, top 5.
5. At the 5.
He plays the 5.
At the 5. So it's 5. He's gonna be top 5. So he's not better than Jokic. He's not better than Embiid.
Joker played a 5. Yeah.
He's not better than
Davis.
He's not better than Bam. He's not better than AD.
He's not better than Bam.
Is it better than Cat?
Honestly, he might be right. I think he's better than Bam too. Bam's a guy. I'm not that big.
I got Sabonis over Bam as well.
I got Sabonis over Bam.
Oh my!
Y'all be overhyped.
Hey, when it comes to Sabonis and Bam, I don't even think twice. If they
Yeah.
on the table, I'm not even.
We just ignoring defensive liabilities. I guess.
Yeah, but he a better rebound. He's a better rebounder than Bam. I'll give him that.
Sabonis was borderline an offensive liability in the playoffs.
So let's say
he had a bad playoff. Don't use small sample size against it.
Let's say DeMontis is number 5. Okay, if you want to say 6, fine, whatever. It's friends, whatever.
He might be.
I think he's number 4. I think he's number 4, but that's just my opinion. If y'all don't think so,
all right, Ron, put that chump Bob on mute.
Come on,
got the evidence.
I need to hear it.
Put that chump Bob on mute.
Wait a second. Before you put me on mute, Ron. Before you put me on mute, Ticket. I want to make sure that you not. You know what I'm saying? Don't. First of all,
fabricating evidence.
Yeah, man. Because
we're not contaminating. We're not contaminating
evidence right now.
No, I'm not.
He took the evidence. He brought it to the right people.
Look. Wait. If I said it, I don't got no problem with saying that because there was a point where I was like, yes, we can get to the Western Conference Finals, but don't take that shit out of context, though. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead and play that.
No, I'm not. Hold on. I'm going to play exactly your words. So here we go right here.
No. Play what was said before and after. Don't just play that. Make sure you play the whole clip.
Don't just play the whole episode.
Bars about that again right from the top. Warriors versus the Kings. What's going to happen? Your Warriors.
I was hyped.
Man, I'm not buying that. When they make it to the Western Conference Finals, you know how that's gonna go.
Well, they're going to lose in the first round in 6 games to the Sacramento Kings. But no, I'm not.
Now let's get the Bob.
What sound effects was that?
We're gonna get the Bob. Hold on. We're going to Bob. Let's get the Bob. So we heard what Mars said.
Full court, which is going to slow their offense down in stretches and throw them off rhythm. That's going to be key. So add that to the fact that the Warriors play fast and the Warriors can throw points on immediately. But the Sacramento Kings, they don't get held down long. They score and they score in bunches. That's why I think this thing is going to be competitive.
Man, from that game theory, that's tricks. Chill. That's not going to slow us down. Chill. Putting guarding there at 94 feet is not going to slow us down. It's going to speed us up. That means GP2 can't stay in front of De'Aaron. That's
nobody can stay. That's a bad decision. So nobody can stay.
Doing that.
Nobody can really stay in front of De'Aaron Fox, but if you can make it difficult on him, if you can slow him down to the point where shot clock is at 14 seconds, the shot clock at 15 seconds, and now we're getting our offense started, and now we got to rush. That throws your crew off rhythm, and if that throws your crew off rhythm, that's going to be a problem, especially if it's in stretches.
I know one thing: y'all better pray to God we lose in the first round.
I now have the Warriors.
You just changed Mars' opinion.
Bob, though, can you give us how many games you guys think are you that
Ron's baiting me. Ron's baiting me.
6. Yo, Steph Curry ain't nothing to play with. I'm not gonna pretend like we could just do the Warriors, but it's just not what y'all think it is. But I've been saying this for a long time. With like Malik Monk, you speed him up, that's a bad career decision. De'Aaron Fox, you speed him up, it's a bad career decision. Sabonis can run the whole
offense, bro. It's not. We got different options. Whatever y'all think y'all gonna do to us, it's not gonna happen. And the Warriors' defense it was good. It was good in the past, but it's not the same. Like I don't understand why this is the big bad Warriors. Bro, why y'all let me do that? Hold on. Why y'all let me do that, man?
Hey, Ticket ain't even a good snitch.
4 times in the last 6 years. We talking about the big bad Warriors. They're standing in the Western Conference.
Yeah, that's some old shit, though. Why y'all bringing up old shit?
They're the reigning champs. The reigning champs. It's not like they just won it. It's not like they haven't won it last years.
My coach always told me, yo, forget about short memory. You gotta have short-term memory loss. You know what I'm saying?
With that also being said, Big Ox, and with that also being said, Big Ox, this is where the belt is. I'm a champ. That's the way this works. So the idea that the big bad Warriors
We're still around, so shout out to the soundboard. Fluent soundboard made an appearance.
You play that one. I want to let you know right now. We're having a hard time holding these alligators down. I'm saving this milk can, Bobby. I'm gonna let you know right now, Bob. I'm saving this milk can. Ass kick 3 the hard way. I'm gonna replay this. After y'all get the hell beat out of this, I'm gonna replay this 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, and I'm gonna remix this. You gonna look real bad, sir. Hey, wait. Hey, before you do that,
got something right.
we gotta look out for each other. So Ticket, if we get our ass whooped in the first round, bro, y'all check on me, please.
I already told you I'm coming to find you, Big Ox, if you disappear. You're gonna show up.
No, what is this? What is this? Hey Ron, you gotta throw this out. You gotta throw this. This is inadmissible in court.
That evidence was circumstantial.
Our receipts, man. Our receipts.
Right after that, when they talked about,
if anything, that helped my case.
Ron, the screen.
Hey, I told y'all. If you know you're innocent,
that's not true because Ron. That's not true because the screen is wrong. That's not true because
y'all better stop taking plea deals. You better
that's not true.
Make them do their damn job.
Ron, check out that screen, Ron. Check out that screen, Ron.
Prosecution right here. He ain't have no evidence.
Ron, that screen was 4 months ago. NBA playoffs. The stage just said. As soon as they talked about the Lakers, this man said they was gonna beat the Lakers and go to the Western Conference Finals in that same video. All y'all gotta do is go to that video. NBA playoffs. The sage just said 4 months ago. Excuse me.
I think Bob beat the case.
Somebody go find that timestamp.
Yeah,
I think Bob beat the case. I think Bob beat the case.
Yeah, that's right.
Yo, but going back to what was the initial question.
Now that I'm out ticking, when I touch down the Punta Cana, you better have them hoes ready.
Yo, I gotta go back to the initial question. Does everybody up here? But do you guys believe that the Kings have 2 top 5 players at their position? Chill. I want to hear from you.
Yeah, I think De'Aaron Fox is a top. I was on the De'Aaron Fox train when they were talking about him and Ja. I thought that even before that season that he was better than Ja. So I can't name 5 points. I can't name 5 league guards in the game better than De'Aaron Fox. It gets tricky with Sabonis because I think he's an elite rebounder, but the other stuff offensively is where the separator is with him. So guys like Cat, guys like Bam, Joker, Embiid, guys like that, I think that's where the separator is. It might be hard. I'm not saying that he's not there, but if he's a top 5, he's at 5. And I think that's stretching it.
All right. ZZ, what do you think?
For me, I think I'm more, like Chilltown said, I'm more confident in De'Aaron Fox and where he ranks as compared to Sabonis. And it's mainly because, like, I was just running through the names for the centers, and I was like, well, shit, when Anthony Davis is healthy, he's better than Sabonis. I'm taking AD over Sabonis all day. And then, of course, Bam, I guess, is the one where it's like a toss-up. And then outside of Joel, Jokic, and I would still take Cat over Sabonis, unfortunately. Just from, I guess, his offensive game is just, I prefer it more than Sabonis. I didn't expect Sabonis to get sagged off of like he was in the first round as much. I mean, it was sagging off from like elbow line jumpers. I was like this shit is crazy. I didn't know if Draymond was a defensive mastermind or Sabonis was really that ass, but like, damn. So
I think it's the latter more than it is the former.
Yeah, but so I would say like for Fox, I can make an easier case for him being a top 5 point guard than I can Sabonis. If anything, for Sabonis, he'd be in that 5-6 range for me. So yeah.
I'm starting to think y'all don't know ball. How what does it look like? What the hell? Listen, what do it look like? He sag off and DeMontis is up there just firing away just 16 footers all day. We're gonna get our ass whooped even more. We got out.
That's what makes you an offensive liability, big ops.
Bro.
No,
Look at
well, no,
Ben,
listen,
look at
listen,
Ben
listen.
Simmons
Let
on the
me finish. Let me finish what I was saying.
Please clean that up. Please.
We run. It don't need no cleanup. It just needs further explanation, which I was trying to do. DeMontis is simply just not that type of player, which doesn't make him weak. He was just trying to run the offense. He was trying to do that same offense. If you ask me, coach got to coach. Why are we still running that same offense we've been running all season when we're playing against a team like with Steve Kerr, playing against what's his name, Draymond Green, where they can plot against that, and they easily plotted against it. We didn't make the adjustment to start bringing DeMontis from the block, setting down picks, opening up low, which I believe we probably should have tried that. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I got to say about that. Now I'm not mad at it because I was extremely disappointed in what DeMontis Sabonis brought to the playoffs. I voiced that much. I'm not trying to cap for DeMontis, but I do think coach got to coach. I think Mike Brown was riding that, and I think he thought it was gonna go off better than it did. And I think he did the best he could in that situation. So I don't even want to hold that against him too much. But I do think that I think it would have just been a simple tweaking offense. Obviously, I don't know everything about the deep NBA schemes. They're very complex. But I think maybe if we would have tried to have him set some down picks and come from the mid post where instead of because DeMontis, he gets that ball there and he attacks hard, puts his shoulder in you, and that's one of his go-tos, which you can't do that against Draymond consistently. That's not gonna work. Kevon Looney and Draymond Green are not gonna go for that. So I just don't want that to be an indictment on who DeMontis Sabonis is as a player, because I don't think that's who he is. I think he had a bad series, no doubt, but I do think that we could have tweaked some adjustments to open him up. I don't think he's necessarily offensive liability.
So you think he better? So what he showed, you think he's better than that?
I think 100%. And the thing about it is, he wasn't making no post moves, none of that. And it's like DeMontis, I've seen you make post moves. I know.
So they basically took him out of his game. So the Warriors basically took him out of his game.
I know you got three solid, at least three solid go-to moves on the block, and he wasn't pulling out none of them. Just trying to bully him, and it just wasn't working. I think he got caught up in them trying to out physical him, and he was trying to bring it back instead of just playing ball.
Bob, that's one of the main things I be saying though when it comes to playoff experience. And this is a prime example. We've seen every good player, for the most part, have a bad series, and they went up against a team that they either out-schemed them, they punked them, they took them out of their game. I think that series right there is what's going to be a turning point for not only the Kings this next year, but DeMontis Sabonis just in general. I don't think it's that easy to get under his skin. I don't think it's that easy to punk him from here on out. I think he uses that. In this next year, he takes a step forward. I think it's going to be so much harder for teams to plot against him, to punk him, bully him. I think that helps you guys a lot.
Yeah, as I said the other day, bro.
I think that helps DeMontis take a step forward this year. And, bro, I really got Sabonis being outside of AD, Jokic, Embiid. I really got Sabonis. And I'm going to tell you guys, I said this before, I'm going to tell you what the gap is for me. It's the fact that Sabonis is one of the best passers in the NBA, and he doesn't get talked about because he's a big man and because he's in Sacramento. Sabonis led the league in triple doubles last year, right?
One of the best passers in the world.
He was second
in the league. That's what he said.
How many people are one of the best passers?
One of the best. I would probably say he's a top 10 passer in the league.
12,
for sure.
10, 12.
He's a top 10 passer.
Just watch, Mars. Just watch, Mars. Just watch. I guarantee if you pay attention to that aspect of his game this year, Mars, I guarantee that you'll come around to.
I pay attention to his passing. He's a very good passer. He ain't a top 10 passer in the league.
But those big guys that you brought up could knock down the elbow jump shot, right? Those guys, Embiid, Joker,
DeMontis can knock it down too, though, Chitchat.
Right. So the question is why wasn't he doing that?
because like I said, he was spamming the DHO. He was spamming that dribble handoff. And it's just like I said, I just think Steve Kerr just had our number with that. Like we didn't make the proper adjustment, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing in the regular season. I thought.
So I expect to see an improvement from Sabonis this year in the mid range.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Showtime, we're just not ready. We're not ready because of things like that. Like for instance, I am bringing up the past here, but when you watch that final series between the Warriors and the Celtics.
Yeah.
When you look at Draymond, and I'm talking about just Draymond Green and Klay Thompson, when you see those 6 to 8 point runs that go on, where Draymond Green knows where Klay Thompson is going to be.
Yeah.
When shit starts getting a little helter skelter, and you can look at Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Andrew Wiggins, you look at their face and be like, they're not shook at all. They know what to do right now. They have schemes for you know how. When you just have situational plays that everybody knows what we're doing right now. We don't got to talk about it. We're not there yet. We're just not there yet. And that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, we're good enough to compete, but we're missing some intangibles. We're missing playing together for 3-4 seasons. We're just missing the experience. And those are my points to why I don't think that the Sacramento Kings are ready to compete for a championship this year. And after this year, maybe I'll make a decision about next year, but we're just not there yet. And it's those type of things that we didn't have against the Warriors, and we still took them to 7. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I believe that we are a better team than the Warriors. They just got it. They got what we don't got. And that's the best explanation I can give. Maybe I don't got the words to put it the right way, but that's just the way I look at it.
Yo, and Mars, I might have misspoke. I'll probably say like top 20. But what I meant to say is he's one of the best passing big men. And I mean, it's actually second.
Mm-hmm.
But
I disagree again, but close.
Damn. After Jokic, who you got?
Yeah,
I think Giannis is a better passer than Sabonis, and I said this months ago.
Oh yeah, we did talk about this before.
Yeah.
I still got DeMontis. I got DeMontis.
Yeah, I remember you had Sabonis. Ron had Sabonis. I had Giannis. Chill might have had Giannis.
I had Giannis.
Jalen, I don't think was here, but I remember having this conversation.
I'm gonna take Sabonis as the passer over Giannis.
Even in the fast break, DeMontis pushes the break a lot. You know what I'm saying? When he'll get the ball and go coast to coast.
Not like Giannis.
Well, not as he does it quite often, Morris. He does it quite
not
often.
like Giannis though.
Not like
Giannis. Only reason it's not like Giannis is because you don't expect DeMontis to come through and dunk on everybody. But other than that, he
it's not like Giannis for that reason right there.
And that's why I just said. That's the only reason it's not like Giannis. But he might not dunk on you, but he'll still go get a bucket. He'll still make a good dish to the corner. He'll still drop it off to De'Aaron coming full speed behind him on secondary break. DeMontis does that very well.
But the reason why,
just not better Giannis team.
So where does Draymond?
I'm fine with that.
Draymond is also over Sabonis.
I would say Draymond too, but I'm mainly talking about centers. But I mean, if you start,
then he's second.
Guys that are on the perimeter,
he's second.
Like
he might be third. He might be third.
Don't forget the young boy.
And Sabonis is a better passer than Embiid.
Yes.
So he's not better than Joker. Right, so he's not better than Joker at the 5 alone, right? We just talking
Sabonis, Cat, Sengun.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The young boy.
That's where I was going with the kid in Houston, right? So he ain't better than him. I'm not sure that he's a better passer than Cat. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'll give him. He's definitely top 4. I'll give him top 4 for certain.
Yeah,
and he's definitely not number 1. He can be 2, 3, 4.
Like so that's what I'm saying. Like people in the chat, like Toast. I know how you be feeling about when I talk my King shit. I know we go through this sometimes, Toast. But don't act like you don't be watching Sabonis push the break, bro. He definitely pushed the break.
Somebody in the chat said Draymond is a handoff merchant. What the fuck? What are we doing? Wait, Draymond a handoff merchant?
That's all he does.
If Draymond's a handoff merchant, Sabonis is a handoff merchant.
Yeah, like come on now.
And that's what I was saying. That's what I was saying.
I was just about to say Joker too. Joker is the handoff. Bam's a handoff merchant. They all are.
Right. Well, let's not take everything in a negative. Let's not take everything in a negative context though. Like,
okay, I'm fine with them being handoff merchants. It's just when you start using a bunch of assists per game and they're getting 6 for handoffs, it's like, not moving.
Fair.
All right, fellas. The next question that I want to ask you guys, it's kind of along the same lines, but I want to ask, how successful do you guys think the duo of Fox and Sabonis can be? over the next 5 years, seeing that they stay together for the next 5 years, they stay healthy, the team continues to improve. What do you think that these guys can possibly do? What is their ceiling?
They can be the 9th best duo in the West.
I think they can make like a Western Conference Finals. Maybe year they get hot. They run it. Do I think they can win a championship together? Probably not with the state of the league. I just think there's better players out there. I don't see them winning a championship unless they add a third piece that's really significant.
That's Keegan Murray.
I mean, look, if Keegan Murray can make the jump.
That's the idea. Keegan Murray is that third piece. That's why I think that they could. I think that they could get to the Western Conference Finals. I do. Sabonis got to get better though as a scorer. He's got to improve.
The Western Conference Finals, yes. But do you think they win a championship?
Winning a championship, you need a lot of stuff to go your way, man. I don't care how good you are. You do need a lot of stuff to go your way. You do.
I said in 5 years though. How many times you think they get one? You think they could go to multiple? You think they run the Western?
I think within the next 5 years, I think the Sacramento Kings, the way that they're ascending, I think that they could get to at least one Western Conference championship.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Could they have maybe one NBA Finals?
Depending on what happens in the West, West, right? So, I mean, what is Memphis doing with Desmond Bane and Ja, and what are they going to do to shore up that front line? Because they're going to move up for Steven. They're going to move up for Steven Adams eventually, right? So Phoenix is not going. This Phoenix team is not going to stay together for that long. I think they got a year, 2 years tops before. If they don't win it, I think that team is getting blown up. This Sacramento team, I think they're going to be together for a while. So because I feel like they're going to be together for a while, I think that they have a really good shot to go deep into the playoffs. The Lakers, on the other hand, getting old. They're going to have to replace James at some point. Right,
Clippers are going to be done within 4 years.
The Clippers are another team. So Sacramento is the one team in the Western Conference that's on the ascension. I wouldn't be surprised to see
OKC in 4 years is going to be a problem.
I won't even say 4 years. I think in the next two, I think they're a playoff team this season. OKC is. I think they're a playoff team. So I think within the next 5 years, with the ascension of Sacramento, I can see them making the Western Conference championship.
No doubt.
And Mars, you said the 9th best duo.
Yep. No, the
league?
The 9th best duo.
Okay. And
Murray and Joker.
Wait, hold on. Wait. So let's say 4 years, Mark. 4 years, or 3 to 4 years.
Murray and Joker. Are we going Jalen Green and Sagoon? Is that what we're doing?
Pick a duo from the Rockets. They'll be better than whatever.
Okay, so Jalen Green and a man.
Magic Johnson and Michael Jordan. Yep.
Okay, Magic and Michael Jordan. Those two, which is nuts to me. All right, that's fair. Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum.
Yep.
But wait a minute. We talking about the Western Conference. Are we talking about the Western Conference or the league, Mars?
No,
they'll be the 9th best duo in the league.
Okay, so the 9th.
They might be like the 6th best duo in the West.
Right. So
keep going. I can't think of 8 duos better.
So who's running in Milwaukee?
Giannis and whoever's next to him.
Okay, so let's say Giannis and Drew Holiday. Are we gonna go
Embiid and Maxey?
Hold on, time out.
Mitchell and Darius Garland.
No, we're not doing that.
Mitchell and Mobley.
Now you're reaching. Mark, you don't believe that. You don't believe Mitchell and Mobley are better than Fox and Sabonis. You don't believe
over the next 5 years. I 1000% believe that.
That's one.
Like to the point where
to
me that's more certain than Embiid and Maxey. Like it's not even close.
Embiid and Maxey is ridiculous, but Mitchell and Mobley, I think.
No, it's not.
Mitchell and Mobley.
Shea and Chet or Shea and Giddy. I'm taking them.
That's fine. Shea
and.
Are you taking Scoot and Simons?
We ain't gonna do that. No.
No.
Are you sure, Mars?
If it was Scoot and Shaden Sharp,
okay.
Do y'all know what DeMontis is going to be doing in chat? Do y'all know what DeMontis is going to be doing in chat?
Yeah. Not good.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
Are you including
Franz and Paolo? I'm taking Franz and Paolo.
Hey, buddy, OG. It's in the next 5 years. That's what we're talking about. How about you pay attention? How about that, my man? Pay attention. Focus, my dude. You so focused on me, right? And just so you know, the only reason why anybody in here is paying attention to you is because of me. Nobody is paying attention to you at all. Nobody. So anyway, like you were saying, Mars, Shady Sharp and Scoot.
I'll say no because we're not there yet, but I'm taking Franz and Paolo 1,000%. I think they'll be better.
Franz and Paolo.
Anthony Edwards and whoever's next to him, whether it's Cat or somebody else. I'm just saying whoever it is.
That is just so
Yeah. No,
but Sabonis is also there.
I expected this shit and it's still painful.
I'll take. I'll take Ant and Cat. I'll take Ant and Cat. I'll take Jar and Triple J as well. So,
damn,
I don't know if Luka and Kyrie count because Kyrie's only.
I don't think they're gonna be together in 5 years.
Yeah, in 5 years they might.
I'm taking Zion and Brandon Ingram.
I don't think they're gonna be together in 5 years neither.
That's the house.
Maybe not. What other teams are in the NBA?
Is that like that's? I think that's 8.
I don't want to say Wemby and Devin Vassell, so I'll chill out on that one.
Wemby. How about Wemby? How about Wemby and Keldon? Wemby and Keldon.
Keldon's got to be better than Devin Vassell first, otherwise.
Within the next 5 years, Mars?
Devin Vassell's just better than.
They might get another player to pair up with Wemby the next 5 years.
Yeah, well, we can't foresee that.
Yeah. Exactly.
Aiden Jalen Duren. Interesting. Nah, we'll leave that one.
Right.
I think we've got 9, but
Zion and Ingram.
Yeah, I said Zion and Ingram. I said Zion and Ingram.
I don't think Zion and Ingram
I think we've got 9 teams. I think.
What about AD and whoever he's with? AD and Austin Reeves.
In the next 5 years, you think AD is?
AD could still.
I think we.
This is all because De'Aaron Fox. I don't doubt. Domantas Sabonis, there's doubt. That's all it is.
So you feel better about Fox than you do Sabonis.
1,000%.
Right.
Because Sabonis changed our whole franchise around.
Very impactful in the regular season.
Just like Chilltown said, it took us from 12 to 3. And this is who y'all got a problem with. This shit is pitiful.
Very impactful in the regular season.
Y'all trying your hardest to disrespect.
I have question marks about someone as bad as him defensively, who also seems to have
bad as him defensively in the postseason, like Karl Anthony Towns.
That's why Ant and Cat was suspect for me.
Man.
That's why Ant and Cat was suspect for me.
I expected this shit.
I'm perfectly fine with Cat being questionable because he has the same problems. No argument for me there. But Domantas Sabonis that's the problem. He's just So yeah, 9th best duo in the league. Dare I say Randall and Brunson? But 9th best duo in the league. 9th best duo in the league.
I don't know if I'm doing that.
9th best duo in the league.
I don't know if I'm doing that. No.
Hey, but serious question though. And I think this is a legit question. Who would you guys take to start a franchise right now? Right now, today? Julius Randle and Jalen Brunson? Or DeMontis?
Bro, don't ask that fucking question. Are you serious?
Hey, the Knicks were just in the second round. The Knicks were just in the second round.
Hold on. We get disrespectful. It's Fox and Sabonis. Ain't nobody taking.
The Knicks were just in the second round.
We only got 20. Only got 28.
Don't get sucked into it.
Everyone who's watching knows I'm taking Fox and Sabonis. Everyone knows I'm taking Fox and Sabonis.
Right.
But I like it's just clear cut when the Knicks were just in the second round. Like,
but according to you, Mars, Julius Randle had nothing to do with that, by the way. Nothing.
1,000% he had nothing to do.
Losing
so the idea of bringing up them going into the second round of the playoffs, it wasn't on the strength of Julius Randle.
But Jalen Brunson's part of the duo, and he's tough. Jalen Brunson's tough.
But the Kings losing to the Warriors in 7 is not to be ashamed of.
And also, Jalen, not only that,
not is something to be proud of.
Not only that, Jalen. Not only that, but they beat the Cavs. Was a team that we beat the shit out of 2 times last year.
Regular season matchups, man.
Regular season matchups. So Chilltown and Mars, I need to
figure out. I'm still taking the Kings.
Does regular season matter or not? Because
you already know how I feel about the regular season.
I was with you. I think you can be a number 1 seed and not be ready to win a championship. I was with you on that 1,000%. I think that's happened many times. I don't think being a number 1 seed means you're a contender. But beating a team in a regular season doesn't mean that you're a better team than them, in my opinion. Because,
all right, fellas. So we speaking of this, we got to get to the nitty gritty now. Got to get to the nitty gritty of the show. I got a start bench cut. We'll do that after this, and we'll get through all the super chats.
6%.
But I have to ask you guys, how far do you think the Kings will go in the playoffs, and what do you think that they'll finish in the regular season? ZZ, I'm gonna start with you. Predictions on where they finish in the regular season and how far they go in the playoffs.
Let me see. Based on every other team that I mentioned before in the West, I don't see the Kings like falling off tremendously at all. I think that with De'Aaron Fox, I think he can only grow from here. I mean, bro was literally missed the 4th quarter last year, so as long as they got him, they're straight. Sabonis, all he needs to do is just clean up a couple of areas defensively and a couple more areas offensively, and then he'll be fine. He's still effective, like Bob said. He's tough as nails, so I don't have a problem with that. And I like their duo. Harrison Barnes is my X factor, and I was gonna ask Bob this earlier. So you said that the Kings can be a 1 seed, right? And not be looked at as a championship contender, or just not be their year to win a championship. I can see that point. Like I can see that point. So if it isn't their year to win a championship, what is the move that they need to make off of the roster? Who's the cut that they need to make off the roster? Or the guys that they need to replace? Do you know what I'm saying?
Last season, I was pushing for and don't get me wrong. Before I say this, I have no issue with Harrison Barnes. I love Harrison Barnes. I've loved Harrison Barnes since he was at UNC. I'm a big Harrison Barnes fan. But at the trade deadline, and everybody up here, I'm pretty sure can attest to this. I was saying it's time for us to move off of Harrison Barnes. I wanted us to trade Harrison Barnes for a more athletic power forward, or somebody like that. Even and I know people aren't high on him now as much as they were, but I was even down to trade Harrison Barnes for like a John Collins.
Word.
Yeah. I was saying that all last year, and I'm a big Harrison Barnes fan. But I think he's the guy that kind of held us together. He was the glue for us, and he kind of helped us get to where we are. Just being the professional that he is, and being just an all around good person, good Samaritan on and off the court that he is. I think he really helped our franchise. So by me saying that I want to trade Harrison Barnes is no knock to him. I appreciate the service he's done for the city and to the team. But he's the guy that had I don't know what his value looks like now, but he had enough value during the trades at the trade deadline last year to get us somebody that could push us up in the things we needed. I'm definitely Harrison Barnes.
So your logic is that he ain't whack. You feel like y'all just need to upgrade at that position.
Yeah, he's not.
He can still play. He's still serviceable, but serviceable ain't gonna get us over the hump. We need somebody.
What is 32?
32? Something like that. Yeah, I think we're in year 12 or 13.
He came in the league in 2012.
Was it 2012?
Okay, so what is he? 31? 30?
He was the 7th pick in 2012. He's probably like
earlier than that.
Early 30s.
Okay, yeah.
He was in the same draft as Draymond Green.
Right. So I'm saying like, yeah, he's at that position. He's good enough to still hold us together. But he's not at that
31.
position. We can't. Okay, yeah, 31. So at this position, we can't win the championship with Harrison Barnes as our starting power forward.
Small forward or power forward, right? That's all right.
So yeah, I would just say like, I appreciate you for answering it, Ox. But for me, I would say I don't think that they can drop at all. If you want to say middle of the pack, I'm seeing like 4 seed or higher. I don't see them falling into the play-in or maybe even like the 5. Like I don't see them dropping to the 5th seed or anything like that. So I'd say that, and then ceiling for them next year. I don't see them getting knocked out the first round. I'll say that. So second round or Western Conference Finals. Don't see them getting knocked out the first round. Don't see them making it to the finals. So I'll say that.
All right,
that's pretty much all I was saying. I'm with ZZ on this. I agree.
Glazers.
Jalen Carter, what do you think that the Kings will do in the regular season and in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think they'll win between 45, 48 games. Probably get them, I'd say it's maybe a 6-7 seed, something along those lines. In the playoffs, I think that's where they're going to run into problems. The West is just so deep. A lot of teams who have championship aspirations, teams who I think have more championship playoff experience, championship experience, just more ready for the playoffs and take that step. So I think they're probably a first round exit. 70% of the time. Every now and then they could get hot, and I mean, if they face the Warriors again in the first round, do I think they could beat them? Yes. So I think against the Warriors, they have a chance. Do I think they could beat the Lakers in the first round? No. Do I think they could beat a team like the Clippers if healthy in the first round? No. Not the Suns? No. And not Denver. So those 4 teams, I think they definitely can't beat. But if they play Memphis in the first round, they have a shot. They play the Warriors in the first round, they have a shot. They play Dallas in the first round, they have a shot. And they play or the Pelicans in the first round, they have a shot.
All right. So how far do you gotta give me?
I would say that.
How far do you see him going?
You know what? I'm gonna say it's gonna be the Warriors, Kings, first round matchup, and the Kings get them out of here this year. I'm gonna give him. They'll lose in the second round.
I definitely don't want to play the Pelicans. I think we could beat the Pelicans, but I don't want to play them.
Taylor, you really are LeBron James, Josh Trap Smith. You hate Steph Curry that much.
Bro, what I'm saying, hold up. Sacramento took up to 7 games last year.
I know what you're doing, dog. I know what you're doing.
Doing nothing. Ain't no Stephen Curry propaganda.
Disgusting,
Listen.
You're a scumbag. You're a scumbag.
Take it. Check this out. These are facts. Last year they won 7 games. These are facts.
You're a scumbag. You are a scumbag.
These are facts.
So Jalen, let me ask you a question then.
Jalen, it's not the same when you do.
So Jalen, let me ask you a question. The Lakers got swept last year by Denver. How many games did they win this year?
They got swept last year. Yes, was LeBron James hurt? Just like you said, yes, LeBron James was hurt. Did they add pieces this year? Yes. Is Gabe Vincent, Christian Wood, is having D'Angelo Russell for the entire season, is having Rui Hachimura take the step that he did, is having Austin Reeves, who you've been really high on, taking the next step as the clear third guy on this team. Is that going to help this year? Yes. You put all. But
they still don't have a closer though.
They don't have a closer. What? LeBron James?
He didn't close last year.
In NBA history?
He didn't close last year. So yeah, you're just hating on Steph Curry to put your narrative against the Kings. You know good and damn well if the Kings play them again, they get their ass whooped again. This time,
Jalen, hold on, Jalen, hold on, Jalen. You know I'm a James guy.
No doubt.
Can we be realistic about James?
What's realistic? He's not a closer?
Can we be realistic about James? This is the 23-24 season. This is not 18-19 James. This is 19-20 James. This is a much older James who can't do it like he used to. So the idea that him being the closer, no, Jalen, that's just not realistic, brother. We're talking about a much older guy.
Home in the fourth quarter, though?
Oh, he can't do it now. He can't do it. He can get you there. He can't do it like that anymore, man. Can we just be realistic about it?
If he can conserve his energy, maybe through a couple first quarters, if Austin Reeves steps up, if Anthony Davis steps up, if D'Angelo Russell steps up,
that's the guy who should be doing it. Davis, he's the guy who should be shutting the door on teams.
Look, I agree with you.
That's the guy who should be.
I don't have trust in him.
Those days are over. The days of him throwing teams on his back and taking them to the NBA championship.
100%.
Jalen, those days are over.
I'm not saying
closing out games.
Jalen to chill. The show's coming to a close soon. We
can't sound like a coming to Jesus moment.
Tomorrow. But I need
Ron, that was Jalen. Ron, that was Jalen Glazing. That was Jalen Glazing. And Children had to get him back in this. Jalen is a prime glazer. That's what that dude is.
I need your thoughts and predictions. What do you think that the Kings will do this year?
I think
regular
that the
season
Kings,
and playoffs.
In the regular season, I think they're right around where they were last year, like right around 48 wins, something like that. Maybe even 50 wins. I think they could be a top 5 seed. But I think they're a semifinals team at best. I think De'Aaron Fox improves this year. I think Sabonis, seeing what he saw last year in the playoffs, I think he'll be more prepared. I think that mid-range is going to come back. Keegan Murray is the linchpin, because Keegan Murray is, I think, their third guy that they're trying to groom to be. Because I think that they're building this unit around both De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis. I think they're grooming Keegan Murray to be that third guy. And if that can continue with Davion Mitchell, right, with the rest of that crew that they have, I think they're a second-round exit at best, and I think that they're going to build on that.
Okay. Take it. What you got?
Did we lose Ticket?
Nah, you said Ticket, right?
Yeah.
Ron, you know what the hell going on, man. You asked me a question. You know the answer. I already told you. They're going to win 42 games. They probably, at best, they win 42. I think they struggle. I think they go into play-in, struggle to get in the playoffs. And if they do get in the playoffs, they're going home early. Like I said, man, I mean, I'm not sold on them dudes, man, as being a better team or as good as they were last year. I agree with Till. I don't think they're going to be able to creep up on teams this year. People are going to be ready for them. And then they got great offense, but the defense is horrible. Nobody talked about their defense being horrible. So, and that's kind of strange when Mike Brown teams have that bad of a defensive output, but they were horrible defensively.
Yeah, on paper. Watch the game.
Last year, they were just outscoring a lot of people. So, like I said, I got them at max 42 wins. I think the Western Conference overlaps them. I don't think that I just think that the other teams just got that much more better going forward than them right now. And so I just think that teams like OKC will pick up wins that they didn't have last year, that Sacramento had. I think a team like New Orleans will pick up wins. Also, you got to look at Dallas Mavs. They're going to pick up wins. So those are all teams that are going to be ahead of the Sacramento Kings, along with the other teams that were already up there. You're looking at the Lakers being a little bit better for the whole season. And also you're looking at the Warriors. I think the Warriors will be better. They will not be as bad on the road this year. I think that was a chemistry issue last year that they eliminated with Poole. So I think the Warriors will have more continuity. I think they'll have a better regular season record. They won't be as bad on the road next year. They'll have a better record, overall. And so I don't think that this year is a year for Sacramento. I think this is a down year for Sacramento. I think this is a year Sacramento considers after the season whether or not they go and trade Sabonis and put him in a package and go get Cat. I think
so we go back to obscurity.
Man, what the
That's
fuck
what
is
we
this talking about?
We going back. So we was
trading Sabonis for Cat.
We was just in the penthouse. We going back to the outhouse.
If I've ever seen one, but
yeah,
we going back to that. We going back to the outhouse. The
other teams have gotten just too much. The other teams have gotten too better. It's not all on Sacramento. It's just that the other teams around them have gotten better, bro. I mean, I can't deny it, bro. I can't deny it. The other teams have gotten better.
This is like the fifth team you said that needs to trade for Cat.
I think
they get in. Hold on, but
you said the Lakers should trade for Cat.
You said the Portland. You said Miami should trade for Cat. Why I gotta hold on and he says crazy ass shit like this,
Ron, I'm gonna say it one last time.
Ron, did you hear what he said?
I think they fall off this year.
You're telling me
I think they look at Sabonis. I think they look at Sabonis and I think they say Sabonis is not who we thought he was going forward. And I think they say, you know what? We might have a better option than getting a guy like Cat. I think that's what Mike Brown's gonna do. That's just how I feel.
I think y'all are being so over dramatic. I think everybody realizes that we were one missed shot by Harrison Barnes away from going to the second round. We were one missed shot away from beating the defending champs. So y'all talking about package the Montes up to trade for Karl Anthony Towns? God damn, this shit is just so overboard.
You gonna be talking about that after this season?
I ain't gonna be talking about shit. I'm gonna be talking about run me my money. That's what I'm gonna be talking about. I'm gonna be talking about you better pay me before I pull up the
You can glaze him as much as you want to glaze him, dude. He's soft, bro. He's soft. Sabonis, he got skills. He's soft, bro.
I'm gonna glaze him the same way you glaze him, bro.
The word is out on him, man. The word is out on him, bro. The word is out on him, man. The word is out on him around the league, bro.
All right, y'all. I need Mars's prediction. Mars, I need your prediction. What do the Sacramento Kings do in the regular
season? Tell the truth, Mars.
Next year?
Hurt this boy's feelings and tell the truth,
Mars.
Tell the truth, Mars.
Tell the truth to shame to death.
Are you signing with Oxy Ticket? Yeah, it's come down to this.
I think there'll be a 7 seed.
Okay.
So he sided with Ticket. They get worse.
He sided with me. I said 6-7 seed.
No, he sided with me. I'm talking about. I said it would get worse.
I don't care who he signed with. Take this little nigga. I don't want him. Talk about
Take this.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yo, Mars, how far do they go in the playoffs?
The 7 seed.
All right, maybe you want them now, Bob?
They lose in the play-in, so there is no playoffs.
Oh, you think they win the play-in? Okay.
Yeah. So they ain't making the playoffs. They lose in the play-in and they out. Well, actually, if they're the 7th seed and they lose, then they
lose again.
Yeah, they lose the 8th seed too.
Everybody in the chat room
and the 8th seed.
Everybody in the chat room that was capping. Now that Mars said this, now y'all can go ahead and agree with me now, because Mars said it. Now go ahead and agree with me. Go ahead and say, yeah, Ticky, you right, because Mars said it too. Like I said, man. But now what Bob gonna say? He gonna shut his mouth now. Because Mars said it too. What he gonna say?
No, nigga, you Jack Morris.
Respect the accent, man. Respect the accent.
You flip sides when Mars say something. You flip side when Fluent say something. You flip side when Low say something. I don't, nigga. I'm a man. I stand on 10. And I say what I say, and I mean what I mean. Nigga, do you smell what the Rock is cooking?
Talk about it.
Talk your shit, Ox.
So hold on,
I meant what I said.
Okay, so can you re-utter it? Can you re-utter it one more time for everybody in here? What do the Kings do in the regular season, and what do they do in the playoffs this year? Hey, and this is the tape that Ticket's gonna play back right here.
I hope he keep playing shit back.
Nah, Ron. He said he's standing on 10, but didn't he disappear when they lost? What was them 10 when they lost, Ron?
Where did I go?
Where did I go?
When did I ever disappear? I ain't never ducked nothing. We know who be ducking shit. Mister, I can't take 24 hours off.
Ron, where was them 10 at when he lost? He said he's standing on 10.
You ain't never seen me ducking.
Right? Where was them 10 at when they lost? You didn't show up.
Yeah, whatever. Nigga. I didn't. What are you talking about?
Yeah, you didn't show up.
Didn't show up to what?
Oh, you disappeared that next show. That next show you wasn't here. Go look it up. That next show you wasn't here.
Is that true? Is that true? Was I not there?
You were not here.
Yeah, I remember running around the poll saying there's Ox ducking. It was like 80% saying yes.
The show.
Man, hey, Morris. It's show business, baby. You know what time it is. You know what time it is. Anyways, though, that's irrelevant, man. Y'all know what time it is. But like I said, I believe we're a top 3 seed again this year. More like first or second. We should definitely get out the first round. I hope we see the Warriors again, and I'm praying for LA in the second. Now, what happens there is going to be what it's going to be. But you know, I would say that our ceiling is the Western Conference Finals. Our ceiling is the Western Conference Finals, but I'm more believing we'll probably have a tough fought second round against either Phoenix or LA Lakers. But that's cool though. I'm fine with that. We're not going to win a championship this year, so I'm not tripping. We're just going to get better. We're going to keep developing Keegan Murray until he turns into the Jason Tatum clone. I believe he's going to turn into.
Respect.
Where'd Ticket go? Talking about ducking. Where'd this Ticket go?
All right, so I got super
Ticket,
chats.
where are you?
Let me run through these right quick.
I got mind control over Debo. See, y'all be scared of Ticket. Y'all before I jumped on the panel. Hold on, Jalen. Before I jumped on the panel, Ticket had these brothers boxed up in the corner. I had to come liberate these boys on the panel. Yo, Jalen, I came through and liberated y'all on the panel. Ticket had y'all shook up, scared to talk. I had to come on here and
saved y'all.
Thank you. I saved y'all's asses.
That's
right.
crazy.
Ticket had y'all in here in handcuffs, hog tying y'all with gym socks.
Damn.
Yo. Devin with the super chats.
Whoa!
Devin with the super chat said, Sac or OKC, which team are you taking to win a championship within the next 5 seasons and why?
Houston.
I'm taking OKC the next 5 years. SGA with Chet, with Josh Giddey.
I'm taking out OKC.
Jalen's out there. I mean, it's just that team in 5 years. That team, I mean, 4 or 5 years, that might be the best team in the league. So much young talent, still have draft picks. They can make trades. No, I just think they have so much assets to still make moves, combination with the young talent. Yeah, 4 or 5 years, they're gonna be a perennial championship contender.
It's not egregious to say that.
Yeah, but Houston's bad.
Fair.
Track God said Sabonis got bullied by a role player, Looney
Tunes.
Respect Kevon Looney. Kevon Looney is one of the 10 best centers in the league.
He deserves his jersey to be retired. He deserves
it. Nice.
I need
Kevon Looney is the best rebounder in the NBA.
Please respect Kevon Looney.
Yeah, he's a phenomenal rebounder. So I think he could have quote unquote
how the hell trying to take Mars serious. Y'all
no, Chitchat. What about Kevon Looney the previous year in the playoffs? He played very well. I think they lose to Dallas. I think they lose to Dallas in the Western Conference Finals if it's not for Kevon Looney.
Should have been Conference Finals MVP, but they couldn't give Kevon Looney the first ever Conference Finals MVP.
Right.
So they gave it to Steph.
Why not?
Would you say at least?
Because imagine the first ever award being given to, let's be honest, the 5th best player on the team. They ain't trying to do that because it sets a bad precedent. So they had to give it to the best player.
Chill, you got to be real. Like, you can at least say he's the best offensive rebounder in the game. I'd say that because I mean the motherfucker done led the league in offensive rebounding. Like you
can make that case, no doubt.
I think he led the league in total rebounds this year, but that's because he don't miss games.
Yeah, Mr.
That's why, because he doesn't miss games.
Yeah, but his rebounds elevates in the postseason. Like
it does.
Regular season, 10 rebounds a game. Postseason, 20. Give him to like best rebounder in the league.
All right, so R2R Cam said Curry is another player who stayed with his original team.
He wasn't
Yeah,
the
but
number one overall pick, though.
he was the 7th pick, though.
Yeah, he wasn't the number one overall pick, though.
Shout out to Blake Griffin.
Hey,
Blamps sent through a super chat and said, been a viewer for PC for months. Shout out to Mars, Chill, Ox, Ron, Low, and the Menace himself. Ticket.
you need him.
Keep up the work, our fellas. Or keep up the
Notice
hard
how we
work,
put
fellas.
my name first. Good work, Blamps.
Add Jalen next time.
Yeah, you're not that guy.
Yeah, shout out to Jalen is easy and all the
Appreciate
other
it.
good fellas. Styles Black said, if you come for the Kings, you bet not miss. Cook, Ox.
Tell him, Ox.
The Warriors didn't miss.
So Harrison Barnes on
Steph Curry
Tuesday.
ain't missed.
That's what I'm saying. But hey, Sasha won't.
I'm interested
I think
in this guy, bro.
Light Out Sports said the Kings
God
are a
damn.
trash ass organization.
Hey, Ron.
Laker media.
Ron. Look at Kent Linscomb Jr. Somebody spit the real. Where I was at, I was catching flights, airport to airport. Moving.
Yeah. The poll was, is Ox ducking? It was like 80% said yes. Then you pulled up on your flight to Cancun, and then you made the joke about how you were going to Cancun with the Kings, and then we laughed about it, and then you was there for a little. All right, yeah, that's right.
One of those.
Talk about I was ducking. I wasn't ducking nothing.
Yeah, you ducked a little bit.
I don't. Hey, look, I don't tell Delta Airlines when to take off.
They do tell you when to be there, though.
Kings couldn't fly you private.
Yeah, that's messed up. You had to fly. And you wasn't flying Delta. I remember because we talked about it the night before.
And that's a fact. Hoops Hotel. Ron still ain't never paid me that $10 for my Wi-Fi neither.
I get your Wi-Fi for your next flight. Next year when y'all go to Cancun, I got you.
Hey, Chitchat, they tried to put me on the no-fly list because I was streaming in the airplane. Talk about you can't do that, sir. Sit the fuck down.
Popping Eclipse said,
we already in the air. What you gonna do?
Popping Eclipse said, put Ox and Chill on the big screen and everybody mute their mics. Must see TV right now.
They was on one today.
Oh shit. That was fun.
I'm muting my mic.
Brack said, Ox defending the Kings is a great chef who's used to having ass ingredients. He's just a little excited. He can work with mid now.
Got the upgrade. Nice. Congratulations.
Last but not least, Sai with the super chat. He said, LeBron not a closer anymore? Tell us what happened in the first round at the end of game 4, in the fourth quarter, and overtime.
Facts.
Cook is right twice a day.
This is what I'm saying, though. Like, LeBron, we understand he's not 2018, 2015, 2013 LeBron, but this is a man who still averaged, 29, 8, and 7 this past year. So even if he drops down to 25, 7, and 7, that's still phenomenal.
Jalen, he shot the worst percentage in the history of his career in the playoffs this year, man. Stop it, yo.
He had a bad
shooting. Come on, man. He was terrible as a shooter in the playoffs this year, yo. And he's getting older. And he's getting older. Is he awesome still? Yes, he is awesome. Is he what he used to be? No. So stop looking at this dude like that.
Hold on. No, I'm not looking at him as 2018 LeBron.
Jalen, just say he's washed and keep it pushing.
See, that's what I'm saying. Hold up. If he still gives you 25, even say 6 and 6, that's still phenomenal. Yes, he's
not closing the game, though, Jalen. He's not closing the game.
When you say he's not closing
the game, he's not doing that.
Tell me the last. When you say he's not closing the games, the last
right.
of the game.
What I mean when I say he's not closing the game, in the last 3 minutes of the game, in the last 3-4 minutes of the game, where we need buckets, we cannot go without buckets. We cannot go without big plays. He's not doing that anymore.
Who did that go to, Chill?
He's not.
Who did they go to? It was LeBron James, Austin Reeves. Those are the two guys they were going to.
Austin Reeves, Anthony Davis.
They go to prayer.
Anthony Davis.
They do go to prayer.
He's not doing that anymore.
I could get behind Anthony Davis.
Morris, they go to prayer?
That's crazy.
That's what he said.
He's not going to change like that anymore.
No, they need divine intervention. They need divine intervention. That's what it will be.
Y'all better stop playing with Jalen's Precious King. I'm with you, dog. Talk to him.
Man. LeBron
and you, Jalen, you know me. I'm a James guy.
I know. I'm with you.
I'm a James guy.
There's a difference between a James guy and a James Glazer. You're seeing the difference. You're seeing the difference.
No, what I'm saying is LeBron James, if you give him the ball in the last 30 seconds of a game, he's still going to attack the basket, get you a bucket. Sure, sometimes it's
not, because you saw what happened against Denver. He got it smacked right back in his face. You know why? Because he's 38 years old. Now, 5 years ago, he might have been able to score the basketball, but he can't do it like he used to do it. That's why we have to have a guy when you get into the meat and potatoes of the game, because again, we're not just talking about a closer. You're talking about a closer with a guy 10 seconds. No, I'm talking about a closer with the last 4 minutes of the game, and now it's nip and tuck. We going bucket for bucket. We're talking about rebounding. We're talking about playmaking. We're talking about that kind of stuff right there. James can't do that anymore, man.
He can't play make anymore.
Jalen, I'm sorry. We got to move on. I got to wrap up the show. But you do have one more super chat from Angie Carr that's directed towards you, Jalen. She said, Jalen thinks Prime LeBron clears Jesus.
Jalen, Jesus can learn a few things from LeBron on the basketball court.
Jalen, does Jesus get the 2018 Cavs to the finals?
Ron, literally send him to hell, Ron. Literally.
He doesn't. Shout out Jesus, though. You could. Shout out Jesus, though. You could.
Before we get out of here, I gotta let you guys know. Open Gym is next. Y'all make sure to tap in. Watch them, guys. Go show them the same love you show the panel. And I do want to play a clip of, speaking of somebody who's a closer, I want to play one more clip on the way out.
Western Conference Finals, was it rigged?
Hold on, wait, let me start it from the top.
2002 Western Conference Finals, was it rigged? Well, what's the official's name? Tim Donaghy. Well, he definitely had money on it. Yeah. So that's a fact. Yes. So from that standpoint, yes. But from the Kings missing in Game 7, good point. Good point. Unless you go and check their bank accounts, I don't know what else to tell you. People forget that.
Just so you guys know, before we go, I just want you guys to know that rogue official that you talked about, ZZ, Tim Donaghy, you know how many games he refed in that playoff series?
How many?
He just communicated with the other refs. He just communicated with the other
0. That's how many games he refed in that series. These many games. He didn't ref one game.
He just communicated with the other refs and told them about the money he had on the line. That's what it was.
I just want to put that out there.
Shout out Kobe for being honest.
We'll be back.
He still got 5 rings. He don't care.
Same time, same place tomorrow. Y'all know where to find us. It'll be most of us up here. You know the cash, you know the crew. But the topic will be the Golden State Warriors. Tap in so we can talk about Steph Curry.
And then next week is the Southwest Division.
Yes,
sir. Let's do it.
Yeah. Real hoops.
Be easy.